Yo! What it do, KhaosKrew? Hi! If you've never heard, my name is Coley, a CMO subscriber, ASBAS, anyone in 3 Pippin is alright with me. Around here, we do commentary. Basically, we see shit, we say shit, we talk shit, a lot of talking shit, but hey, it is what it is, Pippin. There's that. Y'all, I know it took me forever. I'm so sorry, but I was trying to find a fucking clip because I wanted to show somebody some shit. Okay, so. And I know that when I'm already live and I'm trying to find the fucking clip, everybody's like, hurry up, hurry up. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll do it. And no, at this point, it seems like my uniform for this channel is like this, but I promise you, it's just because I like to wear hats. It's just like who I am. Anyways, okay, so let's address the fucking elephant in the goddamn room. How about that? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I've been thinking, okay, and I realized that, okay, I heard that Sarah's Odd reached out to me on Instagram. So I went on Instagram and I saw that she reached out to me, and I purposely did not reach back out to her. And let me tell you why. Okay? Here's why. I think I'm going to change the way that I interact with any and everybody that I have had beef with in the past. Because it seems like whenever I do talk to people like that on the back end, it's like they switch up the words I say. You know what I mean? Like it gets changed. So here's what I'm going to do moving forward. Anything that I want to ask another creator that I've ever had beef with, I'm going to ask you and speak to you very publicly on my channel. Then you can respond if you want to, and you don't have to if you don't want to on your channel. But I'm not going to have conversations with you in the back end because I've been thinking about this a lot. Okay. And I know this might come out of left field, so let me just recap everybody. Okay. So a while back, there was this chick named Sarah's Odd. Okay. Now her channel is like XX something. I don't know. Anyways, she made videos about me every day. Well, a lot. Okay. So let's not say every day. I don't want to be dramatic. She made videos about me a lot. Okay. We're talking a lot. Okay. And the very moment that she reached out to me and said to me, can we have a truce? And in hindsight, it's almost like what truce, because I never spoke a word of her on my channel. Never even mentioned her name. Not one time. Not once. Okay. So I never talked about her. So apparently she's like trucing with herself, Roddy, remember we talked about on the phone? Okay. You are more than welcome to boot who the fuck ever if they come in here acting a fool. Y'all can come in here and talk. I love everybody, but I will not be talked shit to on my channel. Okay. Thank you. Anyways. Okay. Now look, I'm aware that, okay, not another housewife came into my comment section and she said, let's paraphrase here, that Coley, Sarah's Odd should not have to prove that she has a child. It just like you shouldn't have to prove that you have an illness. Fair. I understand where you're coming from. Here's what I want to remind you though. Watch this. Okay. Sarah drugged me for how long? Months. I know at least it was like 6 weeks. Okay. So I know for a fact she was dragging my ass for a very long time for information she had no idea about. She was just listening to other bullshit, making videos about me. Okay. Never one time asked me if any of the shit was true. She just made the videos, after I never responded to her. I never said a word about her, never made a video about her, none of that shit. Okay. And the moment she reached out to me and said, hey, can we have a truce? People are going after my kids, yada, yada, yada. What did I do? I jumped on my channel and immediately told everybody to leave her fucking kids alone. Her kids are not in this, right? Okay. So it is fair to say, do I deserve proof that she has a child? Maybe not. But I want to remind you of something. Let me show you.
Speaking about it. And all the people who are participating, your time will come as well. You're all going to get reported. Jughead and grab the popcorn. You guys think you're anonymous? That won't be for long. Who you are and where you are will be found out. I think people deserve to know who you guys are so they can protect themselves. Now, am I done with doxing all that? Nope. But I think.
Okay. So, with your logic, not another housewife, let's be fair. With that logic, that means that Sarah harassed me for months. So she doesn't deserve to remain anonymous, correct? Okay, so let's not be a hypocrite and say, I should not be asking questions about her having a child when she harassed me for months. And according to your own logic, baby girl, and understand, this is not coming from a hateful place. Me and Marissa have no issues. As a matter of fact, I'm a fucking subscriber of hers, okay? So let's not get it twisted. I am not beefing with Marissa, okay? I am just showing, by your own logic, I should be allowed to know who she is because she drugged me for months and I did nothing to her. And the moment she needed somebody to defend her, I was there immediately. As a matter of fact, I came home from a 6-hour drive, got online just to tell people to leave her kid alone. So, in all fairness, if we're going to use that logic, that should apply to me too. She drugged me for months with zero facts, zero proof, and going off of what one bitch said that was mad at me. So, with your logic, I'm allowed to know who she is. Correct? So, I just want to say, yes, that's fair. Maybe she shouldn't have to tell me shit because I shouldn't have to explain about my illness to people, right? However, I'm not the one who harassed her for months and months. She did that to me. So, I should be able to know who the fuck she is. Right? Okay. So, I just want to get that out of the way because I don't want to talk about this bullshit in this whole stream. I just wanted to say, don't act like that because nobody else was getting talked about like that but me. Everybody was talking about me like that and acting like they fucking know me because one said some weird shit about me. And y'all do know shit can be faked, right? Meaning a lot of the shit y'all have seen is not actually legit. I am not a fucking foul person who gets on here and tries to be an asshole to everyone. Any pattern I have ever had on the fucking internet has been defending people. That's how I met Sarah Jean, Sarah's Odd. Anybody, that's how I met them. I was defending them. You know? So for people who sit there and say, Coley and her patterns, or Coley and this shit, y'all motherfuckers must not know me that well. Because the only pattern I have is I will fucking block a motherfucker and move on and not tell them whenever they fuck me over. And I just keep on going, okay? Or I fucking say something because they are posting videos about me over and over and over. You're never going to find, outside of after I was defending Brit, you're never going to find me starting some shit with somebody. No. They started that shit with me first. So let's keep it 100. If you don't like me right now, that's because of whoever you're in close proximity to. Because I know I've never done anything to these certain people themselves. So they must just not like me because of whoever the fuck they're hanging around. Because I haven't done anything to anyone. I haven't. And anything I've ever done to anyone, I have come on my channel and I have fucking told on myself and apologized for it. So I don't understand why it is that it's, rules for thee and not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not okay. That girl drugged my ass for months and months and months. And at the first moment's notice of me realizing that she's talking about doing some type of truce and, oh my God, people are coming after her son, I didn't hesitate at all to defend her. Okay? So I really think a lot of people who are watching me and going to these other channels and talking shit, it's because y'all don't really know me. There's no way you would be able to be in my streams all the time and then go around saying I am some fucking villain doing all these nefarious things. That's amazing because I be on the phone with Roddy goddamn near every day. So apparently she would know all these shady things I'm doing. And if y'all knew Roddy, y'all would know she don't do these shady things. So Either you don't like me because you are in close proximity to somebody who doesn't like me and they have filled your head full of bullshit, or you are making an active choice to not like me for no reason, because no one can say I did anything to them. I have not. Anything that I did that was in any way vile or whatever, I have come out and been like, hey, yo, I did something fucked up. I'm sorry, my bad. You know? So, again, please stop saying that with certain issues, like with Sarah's aunt, maybe she don't deserve to show everybody else answers, but I was dragged for months, or I mean, y'all, constantly by this chick. And so, if people who drag other people for no fucking reason, seeing as how I never fuck with her, ever, I didn't even speak about her on my channel until she told me somebody was fucking her with her. That's it. So again, everybody who watches this, sit back and think to yourself, why don't I like Coley? What is the real reason I don't like her? Is it because the people who are around me, or because of something she actually did? Vary that. It's not okay, dude. And I'm not going to sit by and let people talk shit about me. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I did what I thought was right. And that video of me defending her about her child is still there. Why? Because if she does have a child, no one should be going after her child. You know what I mean? People should just go after the adult. But I don't know why people don't like her. I don't watch her content like that. I watch about 15 seconds of one stream, and that was when she had, like, I was a black and white thumbnail of my face, and then it said, oh, Coley, Coley, Coley. That is the only thing I've ever seen of hers, period. Because I don't go to places that talk shit about me. Does everybody send me that shit? Yes. So everybody, I know what y'all say. I know what y'all say. Okay? I've heard it. I've seen it. I have people who send me all the things. All the things. Okay? Just because I've seen you talking negatively about me, and then you might be in my chat, I just don't say anything to you, but I know what you say. I see it. I'm not stupid. It's called picking your battles. Certain battles aren't worth it because you're irrelevant to me. So what I do is I see that you talk shit about me, and then I see you be in my fucking chat. And then when I get off the stream, I talk with my friend and we be laughing at you. I'm just saying. So understand that when you talk shit about me and then you come to my channel and try to fucking hang out and shit, I see you, bitch. I even talk to y'all. I see y'all. I know exactly what the fuck y'all are doing. And when I say bitch, I say it in an endearing way. Don't get your panties in a like kerfuffle, okay? That's not me being mean. I say bitch to everybody, okay? Anyway, but I'm just saying, y'all think I'm sitting over here stupid? No, I see y'all. I just choose to allow y'all to keep talking until it gets to a point to where I feel like I need to address it. And at this point, it's just dumb back and forth shit that I'm like, that's okay, it's okay. Whatever, you know? And Julie, oh, sorry, fuck, I doxed you again, Roddy, sorry. I'm gonna say hi to all y'all. Y'all are so blurry, I can't even see who the fuck is here, I'm sorry. Anyways, but if I don't get this out before I forget, I'm gonna forget. You know what I mean? So I gotta say it now. Anyways, I feel like I look pale as fuck today. Damn, girl. You need some blush on or something. Anyway, but y'all listen, okay? If y'all have an issue with me, say it. Let's talk about it. Let's get past it. You know? Like you know what I want so badly? You know what I want? I wish these people on this pocket of commentary and everybody in the fucking room knows who I'm talking about. Everybody over here. Me, Marissa, fucking Tira, fucking Steph TF May, fucking all the people. You know, all the people over here, okay? Road, everybody, okay? Why? You know what I wish we could do? We could all jump on a panel and just fucking talk the shit out, bro. Like, can we just do that? Like, why can't we do that? Why can't we just get this shit out the way? You know, like, I don't like y'all. Y'all don't like me. Deuces. I mean, you know, why can't we do that? It's like, it's almost like people don't want that to happen because y'all want the back and forth. Y'all want the drama. Yet y'all say y'all don't want the drama. You know? That's what it feels like. Because Roddy and me were talking earlier today, and Roddy had fell down a whole ass rabbit hole. We're not going to talk about what rabbit hole she fell down, but she started realizing, damn, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there talking about Coley on these YouTube streets. And here's what I'm trying to figure out. Why the fuck do y'all care about what I say so much? I'm a tiny fucking channel. Tiny. And y'all motherfuckers are upset when I say something. Why? Why do you care? Like, what am I doing that is going to affect you? Nothing. So, like, why are you so pressed by me? There are so many people that are, like, bothered when I speak about certain shit. And they think that, like, you know, because I ask questions that I am somehow engaging with some type of, like, nefarious troll group trying to come after people. No. Y'all, I get on my channel and I ask questions because I want the answer. Not because I'm asking these random things to make people, like, you know, to fuck subliminally send messages to you. No, I'm asking you a fucking question and I genuinely wanted an answer. I asked about Sarah's Odd. I wanted an answer. And the reason I did not go to, okay, I just now saw, Sarah, if you see this, I know you will. Whenever I saw your message on Instagram, I just saw it today. It was just brought to my attention by somebody today. I had no idea, not a clue that you messaged me. Okay, not a clue. But then I was told that you did. Okay, and then I was told about what time it was that you did. And then I thought, you know, maybe I shouldn't respond to her privately. Maybe I should only respond to people that I've ever had issues with. Well, that have had issues with me, because I've never talked about you. That maybe I should only do it publicly, because what happens is this. Y'all, once I've communicated with people like that in the back end, some of y'all, and I'm not talking about everybody, but some of y'all be taking what I say to y'all and y'all be spinning that shit. And then y'all look what Holy said, but you leave out all context. You make it seem like I am this fucking villain. And I am not, bro. I am not. Dude, I'm not. I'm one of the most laid back fucking people in the world. You just have no idea. I am laid back as fuck. I like everybody. I'm very easygoing. The person that y'all have made me out to be on YouTube is so different from the person that I am in real life. I mean, y'all make me out to be like I am fucking, you know, some evil villain that, you know, sits around and like worries that her husband's about to beat her ass and, you know, all this other shit. No, no, no. I'm a fiery bitch that doesn't give a fuck and that will come tell you how the fuck I absolutely feel with my whole entire chest. And the reason I don't address some of y'all motherfuckers is because y'all are less than irrelevant to me. That is why I don't. It's not because I'm scared of you or because I think that you're going to like, you know, like expose me. None of that shit. None of that shit. It's because I don't give a fuck about you. That's what it is. You understand? Like, understand that. It's because I don't give a fuck what you say. Because you're that irrelevant. It's not because I'm over here crying. When I close the fucking laptop and I leave, I live my life. I'm fine. Ain't nobody over here crying about people on YouTube. Trust. Okay? So, I just wish that we could all sit down, have a fucking truce, okay? Everybody, you know, and then just fucking move on, bro. Why can't we do that? I feel like we could, but there are certain people who don't want to because they want the bullshit. They want the fuckery back and forth. You know what I mean? And it's so, at this point, here's the problem too, I've noticed. I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't read chat, but I just got to get it off my fucking chest. I'm sorry. But look, here's what I've noticed. There's a lot of fucking newbies to this side of the block. And I don't mean on my channel. I'm talking about on this side of commentary. Okay? And when I say this side of commentary, I'm going to name out creators in no particular order. And it doesn't mean I support all of them. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. Okay? Now, but it's in no particular order. I'm talking about Marissa, StepTXMA, Tira, not another, okay, Marissa is not another housewife. And then, let's see, Roadhog, Wildflower Chi, Selfie Queen Cindy, you know what I mean? Sunshiner, all those people, this side of commentary, okay? You know, there's more people, but I haven't named them. But anyways, all the people on that side of commentary, why is it that we can't just have a truce? Like, are we not adults? Like, can we not just do that? Like, be like, good, you know what? Fuck you, bitch, I'm gone. Like, can we not do that? Like, why? You know? Like, why can we not do that? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. And if y'all want to, let a bitch know. Because I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, because I'm telling you, all the people who are Sarah Jane's friends that come into my chat and shit like that, y'all are perfectly welcome here. As long as y'all start shit with me and understand that shit that y'all have heard has been very convoluted and not accurate. Not all of it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let me put my eyeballs on so maybe I can see y'all and then we can talk about other shit. Okay? Anyway, hold 1 second. Hold on. My dogs are getting on my nerves. I'm putting them out of my room. But okay, so look, I'm not gonna argue with y'all in my comment section either. So don't bother with me. I'm telling you now. If y'all arguing, I'm sorry. Roddy's gonna boot you. I can tell you now. So please don't. Please don't. Please. Can't we just be friends? Why can't we be friends? Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna go. Okay, no. Okay. Hi, Triple Dead. Hi, Rebrand. Hi, Roddy. Let's see who else is here. I don't see it. Coley, don't make me jump through this screen. Okay, what? Yeah, yes. What? Is she canceled? Grab a popcorn. Hey, what's up, babes? Look. See, now you've got Rebound Spam in the chat. I'm sorry. I can't see. Okay, I'm getting... Hey, Wheaton Guy. I'm going to always call you Wheaton Guy, dude. I don't know what else to say. Okay, what? Why is everybody trying to get me? Oh, I'm sorry, Nessa. I'm sorry I didn't call you. I'm so sorry. I was really fucking... Ooh, I'm just busy. Okay. Yes, right mom needs to fucking sleep. Okay? She needs to fucking sleep. Hey, Cassie. What's up, babes? Okay. Hi, Miss Patty. Rebrand her into a troll. Lord Jesus. Hi, artist. What you doing, boo? Oh, Triple's right here. Okay, cool. Right, grab the popcorn. I'm telling you. Oh yes. Don't worry. We're gonna be addressing her. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're working? Okay, well I love you. I'm sorry you're having a bad night, but I have a feeling that you're not gonna stay quiet because you know it's you. No. Okay. But I want to say this. I want to say this before I go on. Marissa, I am not over here trying to argue with you, baby. Me and you are just fine. I just wanted to remind you of what you said. You said somebody has harassed you. They don't deserve to be anonymous. So I was just explaining how Sarah, in my opinion, when it comes to me, does not deserve to be anonymous. Bitch drugged me daily for months. That didn't happen to you. That should happen to me. You know? Very that. Anyways. Well, I'm glad you did. I really, really am. Okay, so what's wrong? Tell me. I need to know. Her hair is no longer blue. It's like a color like aqua or some shit. Anyways, okay, so no, here's why. Okay, look, let me explain, babes. Listen. Please know, I'm not trying to come at you stupid. I feel like me and you have come so far. Okay, really, listen to me. Because, okay, a lot of things that Sarah says do not make sense. They don't make sense. And the reason why I think it's relevant to ask questions about it is because she was dragging me for no reason. And then I got on my channel immediately and defended her when I thought people were talking about her kid. How stupid of me would it be to have a fucking video up of me defending a person and defending their child if that child doesn't fucking exist? And it's not just coming from one place. Multiple people are saying this shit. You know what I mean? And I don't feel comfortable saying everywhere because it's not just Roadhog. Y'all think it's just Roadhog. It ain't. There are people on the internet who literally watch this side of commentary, and they literally take all of the drama going on over here and then they take it to their channels and talk about it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make those creators feel uncomfortable. That's why I don't ever say anything. But it's not because I think that she's just a fucking asshole, liar or something. Okay, thank you. I just want to know. Like, I just want to know. Because I mean, think about it. Think about it. It would be like when you were drugged for all what you're always being drugged because you because of the because you be coming at people. But I'm just saying, like, when people drag you, and then you feel like you've tried to do the right thing, and then you start hearing all these rumblings of other shit happening that you're like, I understand that. I understand. I know you want to explain exactly what you mean, but you know what I mean? I just do feel like she went at me for a long time, Oh Lord. So look, I feel like if she drugged me for months, Marissa, and then I had no problem with defending her. I just think that she has all these people out here defending her. Where the fuck is she and who the fuck is she? Like, why is it allowed that she can drag me for months and months and months, and then no one can ask her questions, but yet she can speculate on her channel for months and months and months and months and months about me? Like, I don't understand. All I did was ask a question. I wasn't trying to be mean. If you go back and you look at that stream, I was very calm and kind to her, We were never in any place. That's the problem. Me and Sarah weren't in a good place, but we never were in a bad place. She was arguing with herself. I never said one thing about her. Never. I never stated anything about her on my channel. I never I never argued with her. I never went back and forth with her. I never did anything to her. She just drugged me and drugged me and drugged me. We're never in a bad place. I was never in any place with her. She was in a place with herself because I didn't argue with her. She was making videos about me just because. I don't know. I don't know if it's because she was close to Sarah Jean or she was hearing stuff. But if she's allowed to make videos about me for months, I feel like I'm allowed to ask questions, because we were never in a bad place to be in a good place. Does that make sense? We were never in any place. I never argued with her. She argued with herself on her channel because I never responded. I didn't even watch her shit. I just knew it was being made because of my mentions at the very top of my thing, where it says mentions, and it's like all these videos and there's Sarah's. You know what I mean? Like, so, how is there a truce when I never did shit to you? Oh, what's up, boo? I don't even, okay, here's the thing, Marissa, you have to understand. I don't even know who Popcorn is. I don't know who that is, but I've just now seen them last night. And then I knew you had mentioned them. And if you go back and look at my last stream that they were in, the first thing I said was, oh, you're Sarah Jane's friend. Because I thought they were over here trying to start shit. I have no idea who Popcorn is, but they've always been, well, last night's the first time I've ever seen them. And they've been fine here. So I am not sure who they are. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. That's the thing people don't understand. I am not on, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on YouTube. I do not know. I do not know who these people are. I have not a clue. I don't go and look. You know what I mean? I don't look. I've seen your videos, Marissa, because I know you. I'm a subscriber. I watch your channel. You know what I mean? You know that. You know that. I'm a fan. Okay. Well, you know what I mean. I'm a subscriber. I like your content. So, I mean, so what is up with you and Popcorn? What is happening? Thanks, Popcorn. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Popcorn and Out of the Housewife, y'all. I really do not know. I don't know anything about what I have never been and looked. I have never looked at anything they're doing. Triple Threat Your Honey stays calling you girl. Okay? We know. We know when you disappear, talking about I got a phone call. We know it's your boyfriend. You're gonna leave us. We know, we know, we know. No, I don't want hate on my channel. I really want people to get along. Real shit. I'm not like y'all think, bro. Marissa, what's going on, babe? I really don't know. I do not know. I'm confused as fuck. If anybody else know, does anybody else know what the fuck's going on? Can somebody tell me? I genuinely don't get it. I've never seen this issue. I don't know. When I heard Marissa talk about Popcorn last time, I didn't know if that channel was Grab the Popcorn or it was just called Popcorn. I had no idea. But I can tell you, you can ask Popcorn. When they first came in the chat, I think it was last month, the first time I ever saw them here or whatever. And I was like, hey, aren't you Sarah Jane's friend? And they said no. I have no idea. Okay. But they've been very respectful to me. You know what I mean? Just like I'm trying to be very respectful to everybody else. I'm not trying to fight with y'all. I'm not. Okay. I come in peace when I'm on Coley's channel. Thank you. Please, y'all. I don't want drama. I don't. I'm just trying to say. Vanessa, get out of Scientology, girl. They gonna come get you one day. They gonna come get you, girl. They gonna be auditing you and everything. They gonna be like, audit, 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 audit. You're going on the ship. We're auditing you about your past lives. Vanessa, what did you do in your past life? You better tell us. Confess now. Yeah. I know. Look, Vanessa be knowing way. Wait, what? Wait, no. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. You have, I'm assuming you were trying to put, you have so many threatens on you, like some people threatening you. What? Wait, bitch. Hold on. People are threatening you because of Scientology. Girl, get off that shit. Get off that shit. Scientology is a no, 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 no. They're crazy. Scientology? Oh, okay. I thought you were being for real. I thought you was being for real. I don't know. What is this? Okay, well, I've never seen them. What are they? Okay, how do I pronounce that? The tans, the taunt. How do I pronounce that shit? Like the what? What is that called? Little alien spirits? Okay, look, y'all motherfucker. Okay, I believe in aliens, but I don't know about alien spirits. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about all that. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. The Tons. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, look, I don't know anything about that. And I want everybody to be welcome here. And I don't want anybody to argue because I want this to be a place where anybody can come and say their piece. And, you know, and Marissa, you know, I respect the hell out of you and what you do. I'm a subscriber all day long, and I don't want to argue. Popcorn's been very fucking kind to me. Cassie's always been very kind to me. So, y'all, please don't argue. Okay? Please don't. Okay, the Tons. The Tons. That's it. The Tons. What I think of that name? Like, and then spell it like that. What the fuck? You know? What the hell? Wow. That is some big feelings. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is happening because I don't know anything about this argument. I really don't, and I'm very confused. I genuinely am. I don't know what is going on. Genuinely. Like, this is one time where Coley genuinely is lost. Well, not the one time Coley's lost, but like, I have no idea about the beef. I'm telling y'all, I'm not. Thank you for not being an asshole here, Popcorn. I appreciate that. Because I want everybody to get along. I mean, clearly Marissa's not gonna stay here, you know, when you're here, I know that. But Marissa, I also don't want you to feel like you can't be here either. Because I mean, not I don't know if you even want to be here, but I mean, if you ever do, I don't want you to feel like you can't, you know. I want everybody to be able to come here. Even people I don't like, you know? Come here. Let's run it. Let's do the damn thing. You know what I mean? Let's fucking get it out. What is it that you don't like? You know? That's what I want. I just want everybody to be happy. I'm starting a podcast about true crime. Like, I have shit that I'm looking forward to in the future, and I want everybody to like each other, you know? Okay. Star Trek. Okay, yes. Okay, so, okay, y'all, you know how we were. Yes, I know what that is. Actually, rebrand. Yes, I do. The drinking thing. I do know that. Okay, so listen. Remember how I was asking y'all about family channels last night? Watch, y'all. It's gonna calm down. Look, watch. Watch how many people are here. Watch. The number is drastically gonna go down after we stop talking about the drama. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, now. Okay, so check it out. Y'all know about, I'm sure y'all have heard about the whole Ruby Frank thing and the 8 passengers. Did y'all know how bad it was, though? Did y'all know those kids were duct taped and like tied with ropes and duct tape was put over their mouths and shit? Like, did y'all know that? I did not know that. And then I was watching KiKi Chanel, okay? And I was like, what the fuck? She was like looking at the arrest affidavit or whatever. You know what I mean? And she was reading it. And I was like, what the fuck? Because people have been calling them out for a long time. But I did not realize how much those kids were being fucking abused. Like, really. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad, you know? And it is unbelievable how many people kind of knew about it and didn't didn't say anything. Like, I can't even believe this is a thing. Okay, so we got to watch this real quick. Okay, like I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know that it was going, like they were like the kids were doing all that. Like, what in the actual fuck? Yeah. Okay, so boom. No, not that one. What the fuck did I do? I'm so stupid. Sorry. Here we go. I love Kylie. Some people don't like her. I like her a lot. Kylie's really cool. I've talked to her on the back end a couple times. She's really sweet. You know what I mean? She really is. Okay. Details, control. Okay. Okay, here we go.
My boss specifically because of the certificate, and I got a
Hold on, y'all. Sorry.
raise. It's nice to be financially stable. It's
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher. She said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children. I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. Hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
Well, okay, we're here again, and it's another disgusting scandal. And this time, I honestly can't even believe what has transpired and some of the responses that I've seen from people involved in the situation. And honestly, I just can't sit around anymore and not discuss it. My conscience will not allow me to move on and just let this be another crazy headline and scandalous story about, you know, another family blogger gone wrong, another crazy YouTuber who's off the rails. I can't sit around and let it happen anymore. These people deserve jail time. And I'm not just talking about the people that were arrested. I'm talking about multiple people deserve jail time for failing innocent children. And I just want to give, you know, a trigger warning before watching this video. It's heavy. The things that have happened to these children are quite frankly disturbing. It's going to be difficult. It is, but I think it's important to discuss things like this. And you'll see why as we go throughout. So if you're not aware, there's a YouTuber, family blogger, mommy blogger of a channel called 8 Passengers named Ruby Frank. She was taken into custody on Friday and charged with 6 felony counts of aggravated child abuse after 2 of her 6 children were found abused and malnourished inside of a home. According to an affidavit filed by an officer with the Santa Clara Ivins Public Safety Department, a child climbed out of a window at a residence in Ivins, Utah to get help, which led to the allegations of abuse against Frank. The residence belonged to Frank's business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, who was also arrested in the case. The child ran to a neighbor's house.
Okay, so y'all, you see this lady right here in the blue jacket, right here, the denim jacket? Okay, well, she has, I think, a niece or someone in her family who just came out and they did a podcast and then they did a news interview. And she was talking about how she was treated like in the same manner. Like, and she was talking about how they would duct tape, like, you know, her mouth and then accuse her of like masturbating constantly. So they wouldn't allow her to close the fucking bathroom door by herself or anything. And she was like, I didn't even know girls could masturbate when I was that young. I had no idea. Like, so I mean, there's a really good interview with a person who was, you know, related to the bitch in the denim jacket. It's wild, bro. Like, what the fuck?
House to get help and asked for food and water. The neighbors noticed that the kid had duct tape on their ankles and wrists and decided to call the police. The boy was taken to a hospital where he was put on medical hold due to his deep lacerations from being tied up with a rope from his malnourishment. This is according to arrest records. After the first kid escaped the house, who's now been identified, by the way, as her 12-year-old son, a second malnourished child, now identified as her daughter, 10 years old, was found in the same residence in similar physical condition of malnourishment. The second child was also taken to the hospital for treatment. According to the documents, Frank filmed a YouTube video from the house just days before the arrest, which adds to Miss Frank being present in the home and having knowledge of the abuse, malnourishment, and neglect. The statement from officials said that a search warrant led to the discovery of evidence.
Y'all, look. Here is what confuses me. As a mother myself, okay? No parents are perfect, right? But as a mother myself, I have a hard time hearing my child cry, okay? I could not imagine my child asking me for food and water, you know, basic things you need for survival. And I'm like, nope. You know, like, nope, I'm going to put duct tape over your mouth instead. I mean, like, really think about it, y'all. Think about it. Think about being in your home, okay? Think about a child you know, if you know a child, okay? Which I'm sure all of us do, you know? Think about your child in your home, right? Think about letting a child walk around with duct tape on their mouth in front of everybody. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, I mean, what? That is weird to me. Like, I don't understand people who think like that. That is disgusting, bro. Like, how can I don't understand how. I genuinely don't get it. Like, I genuinely want to know, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, if I would have, yeah, it's almost, I promise you, y'all, if I were to see a child being harmed that way, I wouldn't give a fuck where we were. I would do something. Like, I couldn't imagine, you know? Like, no, what the fuck?
Evidence consistent with the kids' wounds, and 4 minors were taken into care by the Department of Child and Family Services. That's from an article by Insider. As of right now, Ruby Frank and Jody Hildebrandt have been arrested. They're being held without bail, as far as I know. And if they're convicted of intentional aggravated child abuse, they may face up to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $1,000. But I'm hearing actually now that they potentially are facing even longer than that in prison if convicted. By the way, in an article that came out yesterday from Rolling Stone, it was reported that the neighbors started noticing that there were weeks at times where the children appeared to be left at home without an adult present. Ruby went dark on social media and allegedly taped up paper all over the windows and would disappear for weeks at a time. And this is coming from the neighbors. The cops were called several times. They would come, knock on the door, and nobody would open up. I'm telling you right now, there is no possible way that you can believe that no one else knew about it in this family. Absolutely no way. This is obviously very wild because Ruby is a huge former family mommy vlogger. She ran a YouTube channel for like 7 years with her husband, Kevin. They ran the channel called 8 Passengers, which rose to fame extremely quickly because they were documenting on a daily basis every move their children make, family content. They were often giving out parenting advice, which is just the sickest thing I've ever heard, just knowing what we know now. They are a family of 8, hence the name 8 Passengers. They have 6 children. Sometime this year, for some unknown reason, they deleted the channel. So no one knows why. All of a sudden, everything, 2.5 million subscribers, all the video content on there is just gone. There had been sort of rumblings that there was inner family turmoil. For example, their eldest daughter has cut ties with them.
Yeah, I do wonder about that. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just deleted the channel. Like, it wasn't because of YouTube. YouTube did not take the channel down. Now they're banned because YouTube, found out about all the shit. But at the time, they just deleted their YouTube channel. So I'm thinking that what happened was maybe Ruby got hooked up with this chick with this whole connections, that the other chick, that got arrested with her. Maybe she like linked up with her and then started thinking that maybe like YouTube was bad or something, and then she deleted it. You know what I mean? I can't figure it out, but I do know that her and her husband are separate. But here's my thing. Where the fuck is the dad? He's just as guilty. Why are you not checking on your kids, bro? The fuck? Oh, there we go. Roddy just said it. Exactly what the fuck I was saying. Like, what the fuck? Really? Okay, got you. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. I can be very wrong. And she could be wrong too. Maybe we're just misunderstood. I really thought that they took it down, and then once YouTube found out, told them they cannot return to YouTube if they want to. But you may be right. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out this shit now. I have no idea. Kevin the dad. Haven't seen him. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. He didn't upload for a while. Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, my bad. You're right, I'm wrong. My bad. Well, I'm glad y'all know.
And is estranged from her parents. Basically, they've just been under extreme scrutiny for the last several years over basically her and the father's very strict authoritarian parenting style. They have very draconian views on raising children and, right and wrong and living in truth. They have intense punishments as well for the children, which we'll get into, and some of the criticisms that they've received over the years. But Ruby and her husband are now seemingly separated. His involvement, I think, is going to come out in the next couple, weeks, months perhaps, and just how involved he was in this, but they are seemingly separated. They're members of the Church of Latter-day Saints, and they've been accused of using their religion to implement these extreme rules upon their children. She's sort of just gone off the rails. She kind of splintered off from the 8 Passengers channel, and then recently co-founded a new channel and a new organization called Connections, and that is where the
Something's always got to go wrong in a bitch's stream. I muted myself. Lord fuck. Anyways, okay, so look. Here's my thing. Why is the dad, like, still free? Okay. I don't give a fuck if you haven't talked to your wife in how long. The fact that you haven't checked up on your kids is egregious enough. You need to be checking up on your fucking kids. What the fuck is wrong with you? Regardless if they're in an abusive situation or not, why the fuck aren't you checking on your kids? Like, for instance, if that was happening to me, I'd be like, okay, don't check up on them. I don't want nothing from you. Guess what? They ain't gonna go to your house either, motherfucker. No, not really. I'm not really like that. I'm more of the person who feels like kids need a dad. You know what I mean? So I am more of the thought of, even if I don't get along with, you know, my baby's father, I'm not going to keep their kids from them. But if they just ghosted my children like that, oh yeah, I would have a problem. So do we know when Ruby started hanging out with this weird chick in the denim jacket? Do we know? I mean, I like her jacket, but I don't like her. So, you know. But anyway, so like, do we know how long, like, did he leave because maybe she started with this weirdness, like this weird fuckery, you know, duct taping their kids and shit? Because think about it. She was online for a while and we saw a lot of content from them and we never saw her down duct tape. I mean, obviously they're not going to show us that, but the kids did not seem to be malnourished when we saw them on camera and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, anyway. Yes. And what does it say? Okay. The dad knew some of that abuse. That was. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh my God. What the fuck? How the fuck? Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? How the fuck do you work on a marriage if y'all aren't together? Like, how are you going to work on some shit apart? That's just you working on you and he's working on him. That ain't working on your marriage. What the fuck? Anyway, okay. I don't know. That I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Don't kill me. Okay. About 3 years ago is when? Yeah. Okay. Let's see, Grandpa. I'm lost on this one. They need to go to jail for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Grandpa? It is a long, convoluted fucking story, and I don't watch family channels because they bore me to nauseum. Like, they are just so fucking boring. I cannot understand. But my boo-boo, my bestie over here, she likes one channel, but this channel is very unproblematic. I even went through some of their content and kind of scanned it. Okay. And they're not actually bad. They don't like throw cameras in their kids' face as soon as they wake up. You know, they're not that. It's more of a let's all bake together. Or, you know what I mean? It's not like every fucking move they make is on camera. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like, let's do an activity and film it type thing. But it's not like an all day, every day, you know, shaving your legs and all that other shit. It's not like that. So I guess, you know, it could be left up to interpretation of like, it's objectively bad to some people and some people don't find it like that, you know? What the fuck? Okay. When you got a female in your life, okay, that is trying to control you to that level, you need to start looking at that bitch like, do you want to be my husband or something? Because, bitch, you're getting a little too close. A little too personal, you know? A little too personal. You know, because she just seems to be like some type of like spiritual advisor or some shit. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. No, the woman in the denim jacket, she's like some type of spiritual guru, some shit. And I guess she's like part of the Mormon faith, but like the FLD, like the LDS church, but she's like really to the extreme, okay? Like she puts duct tape on them and then she like will make punishments harder and harder and harder. And then what she'll tell them is like, okay, if you just tell me everything you've done, if you confess all your sins, we will let, you know, we'll stop, you know, beating you and chaining you and all this other shit, you know? But it was like, so kids were making up shit, like lying, saying, yes, I'm addicted to this, I'm addicted to that. just because she kept saying that they were, and they kind of wanted to make them happy. You know, kids want to be pleasing to their parents. I mean, they'll say whatever to get out of it. It's like being in interrogation with a cop, okay? And they say, if you just tell us, you know, you can leave. And then people start falsely confessing shit. Bury that, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It is wild. Yeah. Yeah. Very much. Very much that. Okay, let's go back to watching this. I'm sorry. I have to pause, or you know, the
business partner Jody Hildebrandt comes in. So I don't know if they were living together. It seems like they were living together and they were doing this business partner thing. Connections is basically like a mommy support group. They claim to help treat those lost and stranded in the darkness of distortion. The darkness of distortion basically means your addictions, fear, sadness, and all our self-destructive behaviors. That's where it derives from, is from the darkness and and living in distortion, they call it. Jody Hildebrandt is a therapist who had her license put on probation in 2012 for about 18 or so months because she shared private info about a client. According to this client, it was in an effort to basically ruin his life. She told the group of elders at the church that he had like a severe porn addiction, which if you're familiar with the Mormon lifestyle, obviously that would be something which would be not great. Your therapist is never supposed to tell anybody about the things that you talk about. It's all supposed to be confidential. She did not abide by that, and she decided to tell other people. So this is obviously not somebody that can be trusted. This is somebody who's just very unhinged, in my opinion. And you see that in the videos that Ruby and Jody made together on this Connections channel, and they call themselves the Moms of Truth. So people believe that Connections is, very cult-like, and they criticize the extreme and authoritarian ideologies that they preach. It's basically like family counseling. I don't know how else to really describe what they're doing, and I don't even know if they know what they're doing, but it's like family counseling, stepping stones for how to live your life in truth, which these people don't live in any sense of reality. Like I mentioned, Sherry, who is their oldest daughter, who has now moved out, has cut ties completely with her parents. She's completely estranged from them. And she's voiced that several times on social media. She's also voiced that she does not agree with the strong views of Connections, which her mother co-founded and is very much a part of and the figurehead of. You can kind of see that like this is one of her children that is speaking out, who went through the cycle of, living under that household and for many, many years being in the videos. And this is how she truly feels when she's finally old enough to break away and, speak for herself. That's kind of the first part of this. Okay, now I just want to talk about, just to give you some background information if you're not familiar with this family or this channel or, whatever. This is kind of some of the notable criticism that A Passengers has gotten over the years. And one of their most notable was banning their son from his bedroom because he played a prank on his younger brother. He woke him up and said that they were going to Disneyland and to pack his things. So he just played a prank. Because of this, they banned him from his bedroom and he was forced to sleep on a beanbag. And this is not just, overnight he had to sleep on a beanbag. Overnight he had to, sleep in the hallway, 2 nights or so. This is for months. He had to forced to sleep on a beanbag because he played a simple Disneyland prank on his brother. They sent the same son to a wilderness therapy camp for undisclosed reasons. And basically we're insinuating that he needed to basically completely change and go fight for his life. And that would teach him a lesson kind of thing, seemingly for punishment for something. No one knows what that was. And if they're not even going to disclose that, then I don't even know what it could have possibly been. One of the ones I could not believe with my own eyes until I saw it was that she refused to take her kindergarten daughter a school lunch after she forgot it at home. And basically she got a call from a concerned adult at the school saying, hey, can you please bring your daughter lunch? She's hungry. Instead of bringing her daughter lunch, immediately grabbed the camera and started ranting very angrily to the camera saying that, her 6-year-old daughter should have known better. She should know how to pack her lunch. And that's basically going to teach her a lesson. She should have packed it herself and she's going to learn the hard way. Well, this led to accusations that she was starving her daughter, which obviously now are not unfounded whatsoever. And it kind of makes you go back and think, okay, what other accusations were not unfounded either? After this event, by the way, they accused their audience of stirring up drama and basically said, this is what we do with our kids. And we're just trying to teach them that their actions have consequences. 6-year-old, by the way, kindergartner. Also in a very...
I keep muting myself. Okay, sorry. Anyway, okay. So everything she's saying, 100% fact. How do I know all this shit? Is because Dad Challenge Podcast has been calling these motherfuckers out forever. And everybody thought that, they were a little fucking cuckoo freaking Cocoa Puffs. Okay. But, people still watch and I'm not sure why. Okay. For all the people in the chat. Okay. For all the people. Okay. Do any of y'all understand the appeal of watching a channel like 8 Passengers? Like, can you tell me? Because they were not just a family channel. They were a family channel that was so fucking strict. It's like, I don't know. It's like a way overboard. And I cannot understand how they got to however many million subscribers they got to. Who watches those type of people? Like, the first time I saw her say, this was 2 years ago, when I saw her say she refused to take her daughter to lunch because it was on the Dad Challenge podcast that was talking about it. And now, all of a sudden, everybody's talking about it when it's like, I've been knowing this shit. Except I didn't know she was duct taping them and shit. You know what I mean? But Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Other Mormons watch. Yep. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Yeah, I do. I watch reality TV. But the difference to me is the fact that on reality TV, there are like certain laws put in place where your kid cannot be filmed for a certain amount of time. You know, I mean, can only be filmed for a certain amount of time. And they also have to make sure they're going to school and they're being properly cared for. But when it comes to YouTube, there is no checks and balances in America for it. Now, France just implemented the same thing for children, like they have like for child actors. They implemented the same thing for YouTube in France, where the children cannot be filmed for, you know, however long, and then they have to get paid for being on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like they have to have a separate account for their children for YouTube, like for money, for them to put like a trust fund away. In America, they don't have those safeguards, which is why it's confusing to me. Because if you're watching reality TV, for the most part, a lot of it is staged, you know what I mean? And a lot of it is not, you know, so fucking personal with very young children, is what I'm saying. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? There actually isn't? What you mean? There's no safeguards put in place for kids. So it's only for like actors. There's no like anything for reality TV. Really? You bent to peer pressure. True. I mean, Rod, you got a point. Okay. Wow. I did not know that. Well, again, y'all knew I didn't. I'm glad y'all here to tell me because, bitch, I did not know. I really thought there was. I swear to God. Okay. Well, fucking A. Learn something new every day. I'm not muting myself again, though.
Infamous video that they posted. She and her husband told their two children, young children, that they would not be getting presents from Santa Claus that year at all because they weren't responding to punishment, like being kept home from school and cleaning floorboards. So they weren't responding to that. So they just weren't getting any presents that year. And they posted it on their YouTube channel for millions to see. She was quoted saying in a video, it's because they're so numb, and the more numb your child is, the bigger the outcome, they need to wake them up. The more numb that she's perceiving her children to get, the more she's going to up the ante and like intensify the punishments against her children. This is just a couple examples. There's been many more. This channel ran for 7 years, and it increasingly got more and more intense as she kind of, you know, became more and more distorted. People became so concerned that an online petition formed with over 18,000 signatures asking Child Protective Services to please intervene with this family. 18,000 people signed.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what would that parent mean? You can't have presents because my kids y'all aren't responding to my punishment? What the fuck does that mean? How are they supposed to respond? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? They're no longer responding to punishment. What the fuck does that mean? Are they're no longer crying? I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? I want to know. What the fuck does that mean? They're no longer responding to what? To what? I know, that's fucked up most times. I don't understand, though. What are we supposed to be responding to? Like, they weren't responding correctly. You know? No. I went and looked at the one you were talking about, Roddy. And they seem like the absolute least problematic motherfuckers I've ever seen. They're very, you know? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Right. They don't. I've seen it. I looked at a few of them and they don't.
This. Okay, so let's get into some of the statements that have been released. Now that you know basically what the situation is, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not gonna hold back on this. There's some things that I'm so disturbed by. If you don't like the way that I respond to this, then I don't know what to say. I don't even know how these people feel like this is appropriate, other than the eldest daughter. So let me share really quickly what the eldest daughter just said. Sherry, who is Ruby and Kevin's eldest daughter, she shared photos to her Instagram story of police with the caption that said, finally. So I don't know if they were like making an arrest or whatever, if she happened to be there, but she just said finally in reference to her mom finally getting arrested. And then she also posted, hi all, today has been a big day for me. Me and my family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS for years about this, and so glad they finally decided to step up. Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. Please keep them in your prayers and also respect their privacy. So that was her response. She is also a victim in this situation, even though she was not in the home. She grew up with this mother and this family and this father. That was her response. So I just want to let you know about that. Okay, the father. A lot of people are probably wondering what the hell is the father.
Mom! Hey y'all, this is my mom. She is unfiltered and don't give a fuck. So, understand, you're getting Coley on steroids. Coming her, the feisty one. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all now. But hey, biatch, how you doing? I'll be down there Thursday, mama. Well, yeah, Thursday technically. Thursday morning. Alone. So I will be coming by to annoy you. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, mama, they're telling you. I'm sure you can read. Fuck, I don't need to tell you that. Okay. Mom, let's watch these people. Look, they're very similar to the way Dee Dee raised y'all. Look. I'm just playing. Never in religion, just a bitch. Anyway.
Doing. Like, what was his response? He has seemingly responded via a short attorney statement that basically said that his urgent focus is to simply keep his children together under his fatherly care. My opinion is that he belongs in jail. Okay, he belongs in jail. Where the hell has he been? You expect us to actually believe that? What father has no idea that this is happening to his children? I really would like an explanation. How does he not know his children are starved, duct taped, and rope bound and fighting for their lives? How does he not know any of that? Malnourishment does not happen like, oops, you didn't eat one meal, so you're malnourished now. No. It takes a very long time for that to happen. What is wrong with you? I don't know if there's any reasonable explanation for why this is happening. He knows who his wife is. What is the excuse? Why are you not seeing your kids? I think I can understand the concept of if you're a parent, you would literally break through a wall to get to your children if you knew that something was happening to them. I'm absolutely disturbed and disgusted. But the response from the sisters, okay, this is Ruby's sisters, is what I cannot get over. And it really leads me to believe that a full-scale investigation needs to happen on those three. Because, by the way, they're all family vloggers as well. Okay, all of these women exploit their children for views and for money, post it every single aspect of their lives and put it online. All three of them. Bonnie.
Okay, so if y'all are confused, what she's saying is the lady that did this to her kids, she has two sisters, okay? And they are also family channels that have over 1 million subs. And they all are from the same weirdness. Now, not all of them do the whole connections thing, but they're all from the Mormon church, the LDS. It's like all strict and shit. They're all, and I do not believe that they did not know what the fuck was going on. My family lives 6 hours away from me, and I can still know the gist of what the fuck is going on in my family. Okay, so I don't see how they did not know that children were being malnourished and duct taped and all the things, you know? Like, what the fuck? Even Ruby's parents have a fucking channel. Okay, bye, Cass. Are you for real? What the fuck? Oh, Jordan and McKay did one? I know who they are. I'm subscribed to them. I'll go look. Okay, cool. Thank you. I did not know that. Look, y'all. Look, all the trolls are leaving. Yes. Yes. Okay. I love it. I'm gonna leave. I know. The one with the curly hair. I know. That bitch I know. We're finna get there. I won't keep y'all all night, but we're gonna get there. We're almost done with this video, and then I'm gonna show y'all the next one.
Me, Julie, and Ellie have released a joint statement to Instagram. I'm gonna read it for you now.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day you'll be able to transform.
For the last 3 years, we have kept quiet on the subject of our sister, Ruby Frank, for the sake of her children. Behind the public scene, we have done everything we could to try and make sure the kids were safe. We wouldn't feel right about moving forward with the regular content without addressing the most recent events. Once we do, we will not be commenting on it further. Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe, which is the #1 priority. This has over 100,000 likes on it, by the way. I'm so disgusted. Thanks for the love and understanding. Ellie says, Ellie. Thanks for the love. So you're meaning to tell me, okay, referring to the first statement of this, you're meaning to tell me that for 3 years, You kept quiet while innocent children were duct taped, malnourished, open wounds, tied up, starving to death, having to escape out of a window to beg for help, and you kept quiet for their sake. Is that really better than you speaking out? You're fucking sick and you're delusional. If you actually believe that, if you three actually believe that, this part I can't get over. We wouldn't feel right about moving forward with regular content without addressing the most recent events. How are you actually talking about yourselves in this post? What the does social media content have to do with your nieces and nephews being abused and malnourished to the point of hospitalization? I have to ask you for a second, what the does this have to do with you at all in your content? What does it have to do with you and your content? To me, this situation right here is all the evidence that you need that these family channels centered around their children, vlogging every day, need to be shut down. Because here's why. For 3 years, actually probably longer than that, but admittedly 3 years, these children have been abused and everyone knew about it. But for the sake of making money, putting out content, keeping up appearances, and maintaining a happy family life brand image, they sat idly by and said, fucking nothing. These women who are all mommy vloggers, by the way, with kids of their own, for the sake of going on with their regularly scheduled programming and filming their regular content, sat around and said absolutely nothing. They want so badly for everyone to believe that they're the perfect family and just hope that these things would just, they'll work themselves out, right? They're too selfish to be burdened by all of this, by their nieces and nephews and children starving to death. You need to understand right now from this situation and all the others that currently exist, this type of family vlogging content creates monsters. It takes a monster in the first place to even post a statement as deranged as the one that we just read. I repeat, there needs to be a full-scale investigation about these sisters now as well. And I mean that. Apparently, they have been doing very similar things, such as posting videos of their daughters shaving their legs for the first time, a whole bunch of other basically just predator baiting content. In my opinion, trips to the hospital, clickbait thumbnails, everything. Every aspect of these children's lives has been posted and exploited. No care in the world. They've been informed that their videos appear on predator playlists and apparently just didn't care. And these are just the sisters we're talking about. We're not even talking about Ruby right now, who's the worst of them all, who's sitting behind bars with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse. What the fuck is wrong with these people is my question. You want me to believe you didn't speak because you value Ruby's children's privacy, right? Yet you've never for one day, not one day ever, have you respected the privacy of a child, yours or anybody else's. I just want to know, when have you ever cared about children's privacy before? You've never once demonstrated it in the entirety of your family channel and since the conception of your children. Have you ever demonstrated that you even know what that concept is? And now you expect us to believe in this one situation though, you've suddenly learned the concept of privacy as it relates to children. It's so convoluted, it's actually fucking scary that people can actually believe the lies they tell themselves. And another thing, Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. I need to ask you a question right now. How in the fucking world did you know that your sister needed to be arrested? How did you know that? I just need to know, explain how you knew for at least 3 years. You knew that something was so wrong that an arrest would have been justified, and yet you did nothing. It says at the end of the post that the children's safety was always the #1 priority. The #1 priority was not the children. I think we can all agree on that. The #1 priority was you making content. We see that in every choice that you've made, every action so far, and even in this statement, which took 3 of you fucking clowns to come up with, and you still fell short. And I just want to talk about something for a second. Do you know how scared this child must have been? This was identified as their 12-year-old son. Do you know how scared he must have been? How much effort and courage it must have taken for him to climb out of a window? How hungry and sick he must have felt? I'm sick to my stomach over this. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Ugh. He had no other option but to try and fight for his life and beg a neighbor for food. And think about it. Do you know how terrified he must have been climbing out of a window, knowing that if he is caught, he will probably face the worst punishment in his tiny little life that he has ever experienced. And let me remind you, this is someone who took away her son's bedroom privileges and bed privileges, forcing him to sleep on a beanbag over a Disney prank. This is the same mother who refused to bring a lunch to a 6-year-old because she didn't pack it herself. If these adults had half the courage that it took for that child to climb out of that window and ask for help and help himself and his siblings, then maybe some of this would have been avoided. And obviously I'm really digging into the sisters right now, and I don't want that to detract from the truth, which is I am absolutely utterly disgusted and lost for words at what Ruby and her husband and Jody have done to these children and how they have failed these children and how they have abused these children. There are no words. Not at all. I hope that they rot in prison. I really do. I hope that they finally really learn what punishment is. But to know that the sisters knew about the abuse, knew it was happening, and continued about their lives, no care in the world, posting as recent as 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and continue to even profit off their own children and exploit their own children, it makes me see red. It really does. Bonnie, Ellie, Julie, they all regularly post to their YouTube channels, okay? They upload several times a week. They've all ignored any comments about Ruby and her children. You say you've done everything, but you can't make a video saying something on your platform. Bonnie has 1.3 million subscribers. Ellie has 1.6 million. 1.6. You said nothing on your platform. It's not like you don't have one. Now I want to get into Bonnie's video response. Her sister Bonnie, as I mentioned several times, also a family vlogger. She has a channel with 1.3 million subscribers. She released a video statement to her channel that was up for a few hours before being deleted. We're going to watch it. But basically her first words are, it would feel very out of place for her to continue doing content right now, just given the situation. So she wants to update us on her content, first and foremost. Her first words are not about the kids and how sick and sorry she is. Just about her desire to keep things moving as scheduled on her platform. And in my opinion, it's pretty obvious that she posted this video statement to try to capitalize on the inevitable buzz and cash attention that would be coming her way, once the world found out about Ruby being arrested. That's my opinion. And I feel like until she started to see some of the comments and the backlash on her posted video, only then did she realize that, okay, I'm gonna delete this post. It gave her a reality check. Just get ready for this one.
I've got regular scheduled content that was supposed to go out tomorrow, Friday, and it is Thursday evening, and
first thing out of her mouth, our own content. Gotta focus on that regularly scheduled programming. Sorry guys, can't get the video up. A little bit of a family drama situation. It's not like your nieces and nephews were found starving to death or anything. Why the fuck are you even mentioning content is my question to you.
nothing that I could have anticipated. I don't think any of us could have really anticipated. If you have the internet, you have seen news articles on my sister, Ruby, from the 8 passengers. And my sisters and I, we are on the very same page. We put out a message. You can read that on Instagram.
I'm sorry, but this video comes across so fucking contrived to me. The whole somber act, sad voice. How are you not more emotional about this? What's wrong with these people? Okay, I'm sorry, but this feels to me like one giant Instagram plug. Okay, like, hey guys, go follow my IG if you want to find out my true and real thoughts on this. Why the fuck isn't this cross posted to your YouTube channel? Easy for people to find. Oh, that's right, because you want to maintain your carefully curated brand image. Why do people have to go searching on other platforms to find your statement? Here's why. You don't want a blemish on your YouTube channel, so then you can go back to regularly scheduled content after this all blows over. She said what she cares most about in the opening lines of this video, getting back to content. Believe her when she says that.
For the last 3 years, we have truly clung on to each other and offering support to one another.
So you supported one another, but you can't support innocent children who have no adult to advocate for them. Meanwhile, they're starved, duct taped, tied up, malnourished, fighting for their lives, abused, while you traipse around in your new custom-built home, paid for by the money of your exploited children, by the way, and you go on with your life. Go f yourself. But thank God you guys are supporting each other. I'm really glad that you guys are all supporting each other. It's sick.
I don't think any of us could have ever seen this coming.
I love how she's acting so blindsided by this and like shocked. Totally blindsided. Yet in your joint statement, you claim that you knew for 3 years that something was wrong and you were just basically counting down the days until your sister was arrested. But you didn't see any of this coming though.
We all did as much as we could legally. And you don't know what you don't know.
She says we don't know what we don't know. Okay, tell us what we don't know. Did you call CPS? Did you offer to take them in? Did you call in for a welfare check? Did you tell the police? Even still, saying you did all you could do legally is no excuse. Did you do everything that you personally could do? No, you didn't. You have a public platform. Use it. Speak out against your sister. Post a video on Instagram. You have millions of followers. Use them.
I do feel a little bit numb at this point. The only thing that we ultimately care about is that our nieces and nephews are safe, and they are. And that is the only thing that matters to any of us.
All I'm hearing in this video is me, I. I mean, people like this make me physically ill. Seeing someone twist a situation to make it about themselves is actually unbelievable to watch this happen in real time. It really is. Slimy.
It is going to feel weird for me to move forward. And I think, do I just move forward?
This is the part where I'm actually lost for words. If I was not watching this with my own eyes, I'm not sure that I would actually believe it. Discussing if she should keep vlogging in a video statement about her sister being arrested for child abuse and her children were just found half alive. I have no words for this. I just can't get over the fact that she said it's going to be weird for me to move forward. Like, using the weird in this situation is just so criminally casual, in my opinion. Hey, should we just brainstorm right now in this video, like what we're gonna do? It's like, just letting you know right now, like my content might be a little weird for the next, few days or so. Why are you talking about yourself? What are you gonna do for your YouTube channel? What are you doing? It's unbelievable.
Just take it a day at a time. Who knows what anything has in store, but we just know right now that.
Okay, I'm not like a body language analyst or anything, analyzer or nothing like that, but the only time that I see her visibly emotional, tearing up in this video is when she's talking about her YouTube schedule being messed up. That's the only time I see it.
I don't have any thoughts even for myself. I don't know what I would even tell myself, let alone tell all of you.
Me. That's all she says. Me. Don't know what I would tell myself. I don't know what I
mean, times like these is where it really tests your belief in God. And I know that timing is everything.
Timing is everything? Who fucking says that in a situation like this? Is she sick? Timing is everything? An emaciated 12-year-old?
Wait, hold up. We gotta talk about that. Timing is everything. You're correct. And if that little boy wouldn't have jumped out the fucking window and gone and gotten help, he may have lost his time on earth here. Like, he had lacerations to the point where they had to hospitalize him and his siblings. Like, this doesn't happen overnight, y'all. Like she said, children becoming malnourished does not happen overnight. That is a prolonged thing. You know what I mean? Like, that has to happen over the course of, like, a long time. So, clearly, this family knew about it. But, again, I know people think they don't understand how a family cannot speak up. But one day when I have my mom on this channel and we talk about the shit that we dealt with in our lives, both being, raised around the shit we were raised around, it's very weird for outsiders to hear it too, that we put up with it so long, even when we were adults, So, I don't want to say that, I don't know. It's very hard because I do understand how families see certain shit and don't say certain shit, and it's fucked up. And it is because for the love of money. And that's what it is. That's what happened in my family too. So I know that that's a thing. Now, were we ever denied certain things and certain things? No, but other things did happen, and things were kept quiet and nobody spoke up, and people, we should have, but we didn't. You know what I mean? But it never involved young children. You know what I mean? It involved just, chaos shit. I can't explain it, but anyway, it was never to children like this. You know what I mean? Like where children were being tied with chains and shit. No, nothing like that. but I can see how there's a certain family dichotomy where people they're too scared to speak up, especially to the matriarch, if you will, of the family, because my family was very much like that until my grandmother, became ill. It was very much like that. And we'll talk about that one day, and I'm telling you, y'all will be shook. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. And they've even had the oldest sister, the one that has spoken out. They've even had Sherry, the sisters have, on their YouTube channels. So the Ruby Frank, the mom who just went to jail, her oldest daughter has been speaking out about them ever since she left home. And now she's over on the sisters' fucking channels. It's weird. It is bizarre. Okay? Bizarre.
Year-old climbs out of a window and begs for his life next door to a neighbor because no one would help him, and you're talking about timing? Go fuck yourself.
And I know our family will be okay. And things like this happen.
Things like this happen? Are you fucking serious? Yeah, guys, it's a little weird, but things like this just happen. Everybody goes through this in their family, don't they? Yeah, no. This should never happen. And if these kids were to go into like a kinship placement, the cycle of the abuse under the care of these sisters would never stop. They would continue to make content off them. They would use it to their advantage. They'd be like, hey guys, things are a little weird around here. Just got more kids hanging out and we're gonna be taking care of them. So give us sympathy. They would pick up right where their parents, Ruby and Kevin, left off and exploiting them. It's absolutely sick. No, things like this don't happen. It should never happen.
And somehow we each find a way to move forward, no matter what situation you're finding yourself in.
She's really driving it home here that she wants to move forward. If I got anything from this video right here, it's that she wants to move forward and get back to content. That's all I'm hearing from this. 2-minute statement, by the way.
The sun rises every day. The sun sets every day. And each day you move forward. That's all you can do.
Unbelievable. That has to be one of the worst statements in history. In history. Just need to move forward, everybody. You're sick. To conclude this video, I just want to say this. This conversation cannot end here with, oh, what a horrible thing that insane mother did to her children. It cannot just be a news story that is just here today, gone tomorrow. Okay, this is something so much larger. And the bigger picture here is that we need to start taking a look at these family channels for what they are and understanding that it is everything for the YouTube channel at the cost of these children. These family vloggers forsake all morality, all privacy, all consideration for their children. It's all about branding, the fake lifestyle, as if they live this perfect, unblemished life. It's insidious and not only its effect on their own reality and the lives of their children, but also on the lives of the audience who watch these videos every single day and believe that what they are watching is true, authentic family content and that these children are happy and content. What has to happen now is that we need to keep this conversation going. Keep applying pressure on these people. Send a message loud and clear to these family vloggers that this type of content is not socially acceptable anymore. Gone are the days where children are exploited for cash on the internet. This cannot happen anymore, plain and simple. Children deserve to live life on their own terms and away from the prying eyes of strangers who judge their every step and misstep. I think we can all agree it's difficult enough to be an adult on the internet, let alone a child. I am totally disgusted and disheartened by this entire story and this whole situation. I've been very uncomfortable with family vlogging for a very long time. I've never, ever been for it, ever, and I never will be. I know that this is a very heavy message, but it's one that everyone needs to hear, in my opinion, and they need to hear it loudly. I'm sick for these children, and I hope that they are truly safe in this moment, and they will continue to be. Anyway, if you...
Okay, now, this right here is the other video I wanted y'all to see, and then we will stop.
Hey, it's Adam from StreamYard. We have an exciting new feature to announce called Green Room.
I actually have no idea what to say. This level of narcissism, and that word is completely overused, but it is the only word I can think of from what I'm watching right now. How anyone would ever think that this would ever be acceptable to film, edit, post, leave up. After days of having the opportunity to think about what you want to say, you talk about how you're not going to allow your sister to take away your custom home from you. She's got all these tears about, oh, I couldn't post anything. I couldn't physically do any XYZ.
Okay, so just so y'all know, okay, chick with the curly hair right there, that is the girl that was just talking with the hat on in the Instagram story. That's her, okay? And she is the sister to the woman who was abusing her children. So we all know who we're talking about. Got it? Got it. Okay.
I couldn't post a single thing. Okay, explain this. All right, so today we're going to be doing a follow-up to my last video, which was discussing the Ruby Frank case. Now, there's been a lot of updates, and I know many of you are probably already following the story and following everything that you can. So I'll just be very brief with the updates and just give you what's been going on, and then we'll get into reacting to the 2 new videos that have been posted by the sisters. Now, the sisters were pretty much the main focus of my last video, and I only say that, and that was the only case because at that point we had not heard anything from Ruby, we had not heard anything from Jody, we had not heard anything from anybody. Okay, there had been no hearings, no nothing. So the husband had not given any statements whatsoever, and he still has not, by the way. That is why they were the main focus. I will maintain, and I will give the disclaimer before I even start this video, that no one is at fault more than Ruby and Jody. Nobody is, and Kevin as well. You can tag him onto that. I don't know how he's walking around as a free man at this point. I think his ass should be in jail. They're also disgusting. I can't even. It makes me sick to my stomach, honestly. The only things that we're hearing right now are from the family, and I cannot get over how awful of a statement that those sisters made and the video that Bonnie had posted, I mean, I still cannot get over it. So I have not seen either of these videos yet, but I have heard that they're really not much better than the video and the statement that they all posted. So we'll watch those right after this. Let me just give you a quick brief overview. So there's been some major updates to the story. As a refresher, Ruby Frank and her business partner Jody have both been arrested for 6 counts of aggravated child abuse. This happened when Ruby's 12-year-old son escaped from Jody's home out of a window and ran for help to a neighbor's house because he was starving. He was asking for food and water. When he arrived at the neighbor's house, he had open wounds, lacerations, and he also was extremely malnourished. So obviously this person called the police. Those children were taken to the hospital. They found more children in the home, and obviously Ruby and Jody were both taken into custody where they remain. And I hope that they remain in jail for the rest of their lives. I'm so mad about this. It's like hard. Sometimes it's like hard to contain it. But yeah, I didn't think this case could get any worse, but somehow it has. Ruby and Jody have both had hearings recently. And in the first hearing, Ruby dropped a bombshell accusation without any evidence that one of her children had been sexually abusing another one of her children, as well as family members and neighbors. This came out of nowhere, and in my opinion is completely baseless. And she only made the statement in order to try to save her own. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, these are 2 of the most disgusting people on the planet, and I hope they rot in prison forever. Another update, they each had a second hearing, which was canceled or rescheduled because the internet somehow got a hold of the link, which I actually got a hold of the link too, but the people were starting to pass around the link because they heard that it was going to be on video, and it was on video, and some people were able to see briefly Ruby and Jody for the first time in their prison attire. Over 1,000 people joined the call when it went live and when it was scheduled, and due to disruptions, they just rescheduled it. So not a lot came out of that hearing. Now they do have a second hearing that is on September 21st. So we're all kind of waiting for that, and we're just waiting at this point for more information. We need more information. So if you want me to cover that, do videos on that, just please let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Or if you just want to see this stuff, that's fine. So I feel like a lot of us are wondering what's going on with the dad. So the dad was seen briefly walking around the family home. He took the 8 passengers sticker off the back of the van. I don't know why he was doing that. I guess that was the most important thing. He was in attendance at the first hearing where Ruby dropped the bombshell that one of her children was sexually abusing her other children. Allegedly, he said nothing, and allegedly he had no reaction. That's just what was reported. He has still not commented or done anything of that sort, not even through a lawyer. So we just don't know what's going on. I, once again, don't know how he's still walking around totally free, but that's just me. Another major update, though, is this. So Jody Hildebrandt's niece, Jessie Hildebrandt, has spoken out against her aunt. Once again, if you want me to cover this, I can. She's done several interviews at this point, speaking out against her and recalling some of the abuse that she experienced while under Jody's care. These are very long interviews. Right now, it is her opinion that Jody is the main orchestrator behind all of this. And I have to say, I totally agree. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Jody actually allegedly used to be Chad, who's the oldest son of Ruby. She used to be his therapist. Now, I can't explain how inappropriate that this relationship is. I don't think you should ever have someone who's this close to a friend being also the therapist to one of your children. And let's not forget that Jody is the same therapist who had her license taken away in 2012 for 18 months because she broke the confidentiality of a therapist and shared things that one of her clients told her with the church in an effort to, according to this client, ruin his life. I can see the same thing happening here with Chad, where he probably shared something and then she told his mother. You know, so we just don't know what the hell's going on, and how much of it is true. We just have to wait for more stuff to come out. But she claims that a lot of the time spent under Jody was a nightmare. She was abused in a similar way. And she said a lot of Ruby's language is very similar to what Jody teaches. So she believes that Jody is the kingpin basically behind all of this. She doesn't take away any blame from Ruby herself, and nobody should, because Ruby at the end of the day has done this to her children as well as Jody. She just said it's very reminiscent. She's heard this stuff before. It's all coming from Jody. And we see that just in the trajectory.
For anybody watching this that feels confused, when she is saying Ruby is the mom of the children and Jody was the therapist to that family or whatever. But just to get them to separate, so when she says Ruby, she's talking about their mother. And when she says Jody, she's talking about the therapist. Just because I don't want anybody to be confused, because by tomorrow, way more people will have seen this. Okay, so I just want y'all to know, you know. Anyway, sorry, just want to say that.
Of this channel and of Ruby and joining connections, and it's when everything fell apart. So I definitely feel like, yes, Jody is an awful, awful person. We have to wait for more, because I think this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of Jody, in terms of Ruby, the things that we're going to find out. I mean, they were extreme in their videos that they posted publicly. They were very extreme in those videos. So I can only imagine what was going on behind closed doors. But yeah, I just wanted to give you the update. Those are the updates so far, and we're just waiting for more. So September 21st, we're going to have another hearing. Once again, I want to say we are waiting for them to say more. We need to hear more. And I place no blame more so on Ruby and Jody and also Kevin than anybody else in this. Okay, I am so disgusted with Ruby. I'm so disgusted with Jody. I'm so disgusted with Kevin, the father. Those are the people that I am most concerned with. Okay, that is where I am most disgusted. I feel like I need to say it because there's always going to be people that are like, you're going too hard on the sisters. Well, yeah, guess what? I have other issues with them as well. So we're going to now react to those videos. So Bonnie has posted a video, and also Julie from the Daru Crew has posted a video. And there's also some shocking things that are happening behind the scenes, which I also want to bring to light as well. So we're going to watch the Daru Crew first because it's shorter, and we have not heard from this sister yet. This video is titled My Side of the Story Concerning My Sister Ruby Franke. I'm speaking today about my sister Ruby Franke, who was arrested a few weeks ago for child abuse. By now, you probably know that. You also probably have seen my sister Bonnie's video. I was about to post a video yesterday or today and just couldn't bring myself to do it. I've been trying to gather my thoughts for several weeks, and I don't think I'm ever going to have my thoughts completely put together here because it's involved so many people. There's so many little details. I am not going to be a news update. I will not update you on news. I will not give all of the little nitty-gritty details. I don't even
I know I don't need to sit here and defend myself. I know I don't need to go into the history of what has happened.
Okay, so I agree with that. We don't need news updates from you. Honestly, I feel like if you don't know what to say, you probably just should say nothing. And I have a sneaking suspicion that when we watch the bonding video, that's going to be more true than anything else. But I think specifically with both of these sisters, I think you do owe an explanation. That's my personal opinion, because you have benefited from the fame of your sister Ruby and basically your sycophant sisters at this point. You've orbited around her when things were good and you guys wanted to build your YouTube channels, your family channels, exploiting your own children, then we're all in for Ruby. And then all of a sudden when things are bad, you want nothing to do with her. You want to be not associated anyway. So yeah, I do think that you owe an explanation. I do think you do. And I love that in all of these sisters' videos, responses and stuff like that, you can see the anger pouring out of them, but it's anger in the wrong ways, directed at the wrong people, okay? You should be mad at your sister. You should be mad that this has happened to your nieces and nephews. You should not be mad at other people for being mad as well, okay? You should not. And you should be mad at yourselves, most of all. I think you knew a little bit more than what you're leading on. And you've actually admitted that you know more than what we all knew. And we knew a lot.
So we'll see where this goes and how much I get into, but the past few weeks have been extremely hard. Not only did all that happen with Ruby, but I had just moved to a new state and Landon had to go back to Utah to finish up his dissertation for his degree. And so I've been settling into a new home with the kids without his help, and all of this fell down. So I literally have not had the physical or emotional capacity to address anyone, nor do I need to address anyone.
You do, and I don't care that your husband's getting a higher level education. I don't.
But here we are. 3 years ago, Ruby, everything was great. It seemed to be fine anyway. We were a typical family. She was getting some therapy counseling because their family needed it, which I think is great. However, I think we need to get it from a great source, read the reviews. Jody.
Okay, no, y'all were not one big happy family. Everything was great. Bitch, take several seats. No, you were not. Y'all motherfuckers knew something was going on and y'all wanted to grow and get that fucking money, so y'all didn't say anything. Don't fucking lie now. Please don't. Please don't. People can see right through your bullshit, bitch. I see you. I see you. Okay? You're fucking lying. You can't tell me that y'all are that close and you can't tell her kids ain't fucking eating. Okay? I'm going to need y'all to take several fucking seats. You're a fucking liar. Why, when you are being exposed for being a wretched, disgusting ass family, why? Okay. Saying shit like this is worse than coming on and admitting that you were involved in it, bitch. Because we see right through you. At least I do. And y'all will see why when y'all hear about my fucking family, you know? Anyway, where the fuck is Wheaton guy? Did he leave? And Mama, she done checked out. Because my mom, when I play shit fast, my mom was like, girl, you playing that shit too fast. And Nessa, I would be very upset. And you know what? You're right. They probably would bring your ass back. That's what I tell my kids. The people are like, what if you got kidnapped? And I'm like, no, they bring them back. I'm just kidding. Anyway. Carry on, shall we? Okay.
Hildebrandt and her website or therapy style, I don't know what you want to call it, connections, was not a great resource. And
this I 100% agree with. I think this is smart to say. I 100% agree with what she just said. No complaints about what she's saying at all.
We all saw it. We all felt weird about this Jody lady. We weren't comfortable with it. We didn't like it. We didn't like the teachings Ruby was bringing to the family functions. And we were this close to telling her, if you come to our family events anymore, we do not want to hear what you were learning through connections because we don't like it. We never did say that to her, but we thought it. Anyway, so 3 years ago, Ruby and I hung out bottling tomatoes. And then a few weeks later.
Translation. We didn't like it, but we're too pussy to stand up to our sister because we wanted our YouTube channels to keep growing. And the only way to do that is to have our sister on board because she's the one who paved the way for our disgusting bitch asses. That is what she just said, in case you were confused.
Crap hit the fan and she left the family. And she didn't even call me to say, hey, you know, Julie, you're doing this and this. I don't like it. You're living your life in distortion. So I'm going to have to take some time away from you. No, literally nothing. She did call my mom and yelled at my mom on the phone for 45 minutes and accused her of things that were not true. It was almost as if Ruby had been making up memories from her childhood. She was trying to grab at anything she could and she would exaggerate on everything. So she started all of her lies back then, lying to everyone in her life, getting rid of all of her friends and family. And I literally had no contact with her. She wouldn't respond to any texts or emails over the time that I tried reaching out to her. Never got a response from her.
Okay, so it seems like she's clarifying what the 3-year remark was in the Instagram post, if you don't remember the statement that they posted. So I am assuming she's referring to the 3 years ago she cut contact with us as why they put the 3 years in there. Still not a good idea in my opinion, but good that she's clarifying it. Now, I do think that what she's recounting here does sound like Jody, who's, as you know, Jesse Hildebrandt claimed, is the brains behind all this, the orchestrator behind this. I think that abusers isolate people. And I think that's what was happening to Ruby. And she was filling her head with like, these people are evil. I think that's probably what was happening. So it does give us some more insight into what was happening with Ruby and the downfall of Ruby and like isolating herself away from her friends, her family, and the outside world, and even maybe even her husband to an extent. We don't know what happened with that. But Okay, but that is interesting.
I was very fortunate to have been able to reach out to her daughter, Sherry, once she was an adult, and we were able to form a really close, strong relationship, which I am grateful for. And it was then that I learned more about Ruby, and it was then that Sherry had learned about lies that had been told to her. I feel like me and my other sisters have said, we feel like we've just been kind of floating on a cloud here these past few weeks. We are in complete shock still as to what she had done because we had no idea of what was happening.
Of course, they're going to say they had no idea, and they'll keep maintaining they had no idea, they had no idea. Sherry, the oldest daughter who she's speaking about.
Okay, can you? I need somebody to make it make sense. You find out that your nieces and nephews have been malnourished, jumping out of windows with duct tape on them, with lacerations to the point of being hospitalized with their siblings, and you say the analogy to that is you've been floating on a fucking cloud for the past 3 weeks. You were floating on a cloud. Or bitch, were you in a fucking storm? Because floating on a cloud seems very pleasant. So I think you should have used different wording. I really do. I think you should have made a script or something. You know? What the fuck? You keep getting kicked off. Why? I'm not kicking you off, I promise. Anyways.
Right here in 2022, September 2022, made a statement against her mother and Connections, saying she did not agree with Connections. She was estranged from the family. She was not in contact with her mother and or father. So that was September 2022. We are now in September 2023. It has been 1 year. Okay, you reached out to Sherry and reconnected about a year ago, allegedly. So you're telling me that Sherry, the same person who has called CPS, according to her, several times, has been speaking out against her mother since September of 2022, a year ago, and asked the public to please help her in compiling a Google document of all of the horrific abuse that has been displayed over the YouTube channel's video evidence, teachings from Connections that were problematic. That is still, by the way, out there on the internet today. You're telling me that Sherry never told you at any moment that all of this abuse was happening. You're telling me that you had no idea, that Sherry never spoke to you, that you never found anything out. People on the internet have been calling out Ruby Franke for years, 8 Passengers family, for years about the alleged abuse. There was a petition with 18,000 signatures. You're telling me that you had absolutely no idea any of this was going on. And as she's getting more and more isolated from her family, you're telling me, I just want to get this clear, that you had zero idea. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. And honestly, I want to put people's face to the fire of the people that should have done more. I do. That's my point in all of this. I guess what I'm telling you guys is do not just believe these people when they say they know nothing, okay? It's not as simple as that. It's time to wake up when it comes to these family vlogger channels. For years, they have chosen and demonstrated that they do not care about anybody else but themselves. They do not care about their children's privacy. They do not apparently care about their nieces and nephews all that much. They don't care. All they care about is going back to content. And I swear, if she says anything about going back to content in this video, and if there's any mention of content in Bonnie's video, I'm going to scream. This is a lie. This family is in free fall damage control mode. They will say anything and do anything to try to make it seem like they had no involvement. They knew nothing. Guys, I know what happened with a girl I had one class with 10 years ago. I know when she breaks up with her boyfriend. You just know these things. So you're telling me that you don't even know that your sister is doing these things to her kids? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You need to understand that these people lie. They lie. They're trying to save their own ass, and I'm not going to fall for it. Let's continue this video.
Basically, I'm here to say that I had no idea what was happening. Like Bonnie mentioned in her video, we are not going to let Ruby destroy another thing in our lives. We have our platforms where we try and bring brightness and positivity into other people's lives. And that is why we didn't talk about Ruby in our content for the past 3 years. Yeah, we try and show the highs and lows of everyday family and parenting, but Ruby's topic was not supposed to be part of that content. And it was none of your business. It was nothing that we needed to talk about. And I wasn't sure if her kids were maybe still watching these videos, and I didn't want to be not tactful and slander their mom and then have them watch those videos. That didn't sound like a nice thing to do either. And so,
okay, this I understand completely. I understand not wanting to discuss it. I understand keeping things offline, keeping things private. It's ironic because your family channels and you air out every single thing, shaving kids' legs. It's like, that's what all these people do. And they have no remorse over it, but they can't talk about the falling out between, their sister. They can't address it one time or say,
I think that's valid. I think that's valid. I think it could be that. I think Popcorn has a point. It could be something like that. But I guess here's my thing. I'm this type of bitch, okay? You fuck with my kids, I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be their fucking family member. I don't give a goddamn. Me and you finna go at it. Oh, hi, Cassie. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't understand Stockholm Syndrome. I'm not saying it's not real. I believe it's real. But I take it to be like, it almost seems like a very weak-minded individual that will fall for shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, where they just blindly follow and do whatever their husband said. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so different than that I can't understand that. You know what I mean? From what I understand, we got the Who Has the Kids Now is the state. They are in now CPS custody, and I'm hoping they do not put them back with this family. I hope they don't. I have a feeling they're going to. They're going to let their kids go with these fucking sisters, and then the kids are going to be right back on YouTube. Right fucking back on YouTube. There needs to be somebody that steps in and then says, you know, like the judge that says, yeah, okay, they can go with y'all, but y'all cannot record them. You know what I mean? And put them online and shit. Like, what the fuck? You know? Yeah, foster care. Well, yeah, it's definitely not us, babe. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I do think they're in the state's care, or it might be foster. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. This one, I don't really think anybody knows, but I'm not sure. Triple Threat, she knows a lot more about this than I do. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know.
We're not associated, nothing like that. It's just ironic. It really is.
That is another reason why we didn't talk about the subject of Ruby for the past few years on my channel. However, as far as my platforms go, I do want to continue them, but the content will probably look a little bit different. I have some pre-recorded videos before all of this fell apart that I will be posting.
Wait a minute. Isn't this the same woman who said she couldn't even get herself to make videos? Her life was so stressful. She was doing everything alone, but somehow she's still getting videos out. I mean, make it make sense. And here we go talking about the content again. I understand some people are saying, oh, maybe they can't speak about the kids for legal reasons, XYZ. Okay, just don't talk about you. How about that? Don't talk about you and your plans moving forward. Okay. Super weird and inappropriate.
I will be posting, and then after those videos, I will probably just shift my content a little bit, and it'll be a little different.
I hope that it's shifting away from being a family channel and just focusing on you and giving your children the privacy that they deserve.
But I will still be here posting probably once a week instead of twice a week like I had been. And I hope you guys stick around. Those followers who have been following me for years saw past all of this. You were here to support and love no matter what. The people who came here to my comment section with negativity and attack were probably people that didn't even know who we were.
Okay, the only thing you need to know about these people is that they exploit their children on the internet. Okay, that's my issue with these people specifically. Right. I have an entirely separate issue.
Look. No. Delusional chick. Okay, look. You have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people who watch your ass, okay? If I get hate on my tiny ass channel, bitch, you gonna get hate too. It ain't just because your sister's a fucking weirdo, okay? It's not that. It's because if you put your shit in a public forum like that, people gonna have something to say. Not everybody gonna like you. I mean, in case you forgot. Talking about only negativity because of her sister. Bitch, no. It don't matter if you are fucking literally a channel that just blows up fucking balloons and that's all the channel is. Somebody gonna have something negative to say. I promise you. I promise you. Okay.
That is independent of Ruby Franke. I do. I really do. Okay, I really do. What they do is objectively bad. It's what bad people do. It's what bad parents do. Is they use their children for content and they use them for cash. It's what bad parents do.
So I know not to take offense to all of that, even though it was still really hard to see and hear all of the negativity. So if you have been a long-time viewer and you have stuck around, thank you so much for your love and support. And if you are new to my channel, welcome.
Beauty isn't just what we put on. It's what we put out into the world. And until everyone sees beauty for all that it is and all that it can be, we won't stop moving beauty forward. Ulta Beauty. Possibilities are beautiful.
People are bailing on California in record numbers. Half of Californians are considering.
Thank you. God.
If you're new to my channel, welcome. Who's subscribing after something so horrific as this? Yeah, you sold me. I was on the fence before, but now I'm going to subscribe. What are you talking about? Why are you doing an introduction for your freaking channel? Hello to all the new subscribers. I'm benefiting off of all these new views, and I'm generating so much hype and these new eyes because my sister is a child abuser. You're sick.
Oh my God. Y'all, does that sound like anybody y'all know? I want y'all to think. We're not going to say the name. We're not going to say the name. We're not going to say the name. But I'm just going to say this and move on, okay? Who does that remind you of? Shit is happening to children, and they're over there on their motherfucking channel talking about, welcome all the new people. It's so helpful for my channel to grow now that I'm in all this shit, and I'm so upset about my child. Does that sound familiar to y'all? Sounds familiar to me. Anyway, just saying.
Sick. You're sick. Moving on. So now we're going to watch the Bonnie video. Already, I just can't. It's titled, I Am Not My Sister. I Am Not My Sister's Crimes. You already know my opinions about her. I doubt this video will change that, but let's start it.
This feels like a very impossible video to make. I know that my words will be used against me. I also know that my words may help people understand me a little. I can only speak for myself, and I will only be speaking for myself, other than the judge has asked us not to speak on certain topics that I will not be touching on.
I'm assuming she's talking about referring to the kids or her nieces and nephews in any way. If that's true, then okay, fine. I mean, I guess I understand. Wow, I'm already annoyed.
What my family and I have gone through the last couple of weeks is the worst thing that has ever happened to us. I spent the first week in complete shock, where I felt my body and my mind and my emotions were completely paralyzed because of the just absolute shock of all of this. The more I learn, my feelings are turning more to anger. I am mad. I am mad at what has happened. I am beyond disgusted, and I feel like it makes me tremble. It makes me tremble because it is unheard of. It's truly unbelievable. Something that
Okay, good to see some emotion directed in what I hope is the right direction.
Pride myself on, something that I enjoy doing, is being transparent. And I cannot be fully transparent with certain aspects of this. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand how the system works. The first thing that I want to say is that we have kept quiet for 3 years on the topic of our sister Ruby and Jody and Kevin and connections. That is what we have stayed quiet about.
I like how she's so mad when she's saying that, when they were the ones that wrote the statement to begin with, that painted themselves in this corner that they're now in, where they wrote, for 3 years, we've kept quiet for the privacy of Ruby's kids. Okay, you wrote that. You let everyone believe that for 3 years you sat around and did absolutely nothing. I still believe that you did sit around and do absolutely nothing. Maybe the timeline's just shifted around a little bit, but I like how she's mad at all of us for accusing her of knowing more than she has let on and doing nothing about it. I like how she's mad in this video about her own statement and her own mistakes, because that's how these people, these family vloggers, it's everybody else is wrong and there's no possible reality that they could be wrong and they could have made a mistake. Because that's the world that they live in. It really is.
We did not know what they were doing because, like we said, we were cut off.
Can I ask a question? I really want to know this. Why is it so hard for some people to just get on their channel and be like, yo, what going on with y'all? Y'all, I said some shit I shouldn't have said. Y'all, there's some shit going on that's fucked up. Why can nobody take accountability these days? Like, I try so hard, like, genuinely, to take accountability for shit these days, okay? Especially when, like, I'm privy to shit that people think I'm doing wrong. But, like, y'all don't know. Look, Robbie, Lord Jesus. Roddy found the side of YouTube that hates me today. She fell down a rabbit hole. And she was like, what the fuck is this? What did you do? And I was like, I have no idea. I don't know what I did. I genuinely don't. When all these people make all these videos about me, I don't know what the fuck they're mad at me for. I don't know what the fuck I did. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, made funny remarks. I mean, if it's Sarah, well, that bitch, because I don't like you, bitch. That's why. You know what I mean? But everybody else, I don't know why the fuck they don't like me. I don't know. But yes, it was blue. Oh, Lord. I can't wait. Y'all can't wait. Y'all don't understand. Me and Roddy is going to be on panel with me when we call that bitch out. We working on a big project. You just don't know. Roddy went in a whole ass rabbit hole. Girl needs some sleep now. Shit. Anyway. Yep. Yeah, it's blue. Y'all I'm telling y'all gonna want to record that shit. Well, it'll stay up, so you know. Anyway, okay, back to this bitch.
We did not have access to anyone. My thoughts towards Ruby and Jody and Kevin and connections is that it was all bullcrap. It was complete indoctrination of this thing that they created. I don't agree with how extreme they are on everything.
I just want to say something also. It seems that Ruby's children, with the mother and the circumstances that they've been brought up in, have this entire situation demonstrated that they have more courage than any of these adults that they have been surrounded by. Because a year ago, Sherry spoke out the second that she became of age and moved out and was able to distance herself from her parents.
Yep.
She spoke out against connections. She broke contact with the family.
That's what's confusing to me. Maybe a triple threat. I don't know. Triple threat. Okay. So, triple threat. I have a question. Okay. How are they going to say that they didn't know that any of this was happening, yet they reconnected? Exactly. Roddy is not my bitch. Just saying. Anyway, so, friend on holiday. Rebrand, you're such a smart. I love you so much, Rebrand. Anyways, but no, look. How is she going to say they had no idea this was happening, but they just they said they reconnected with Sherry, the oldest daughter, who's been calling CPS apparently for like over a year. So how would they not know? You're telling me Sherry, the oldest daughter that was being abused too but left, okay, now hangs out with y'all, but so she called CPS but didn't tell y'all what was happening? I call bullshit. I call bullshit, girl. Use a lie. Okay, no. No. What the fuck?
Claim that she's been calling CPS and she had been trying everything she could to help save her siblings. And not one time did these women on their social media speak out. They kept it quiet because they want to maintain, and they want us to talk about, oh, well, we didn't talk about it because we want to keep things happy. And that was from the last video, by the way. I'm not making this up. You saw the video with your own eyes. She said, oh, well, we want to maintain like this happy, positive. We don't want to bring this family drama, even though you wrote off the coattails of your sister for years and it was all sunshine and rainbows until something bad was going on with her, until she was starting to get backlash, until people started to accuse her of child abuse. That's when you distanced yourself from her.
I knew that they were off. Those are the things that we kept.
You knew more than that. I'm sorry, but we knew that they were abusive years ago. People have been making videos about this on their channels for years now, calling out Ruby Franke, calling out 8 passengers, calling out Jody Hildebrand for years. You're just thinking they're a little weird, a little oddball. They're not. They're dangerous people who, as you said, they were indoctrinated. They were XYZ. I don't sit around and just allow people to lie like this. I can't.
Because what was I going to say? What was I going to do?
Wow.
I was not going to come out and publicly say that I don't like my sister and I don't like what she's doing and I think she's weird.
Why not? Why not come out against your sister and say, I don't like what she's doing? Why not? Sherry did it. Sherry did it. Her own daughter did it. Why? Did you have something to gain from having an association with your sister? Huh. She also put on the screen, we kept quiet about them cutting us off because we didn't understand why they did it.
That is what we kept quiet about. It wasn't until about a year.
Hey, Georgia, I just want you to know, thank you for keeping me posted because I know that you know more about it. And so I appreciate you telling me the shit I don't know. You know what I mean? For real. Because I really want to know. I'm curious. This shit is so fucked up.
Ago when we were able to reconnect with Sherry.
Year ago.
Again, we kept that quiet. We never came out and said anything. You guys saw us together and those were little glimpses when Sherry was ready to allow us to show those glimpses.
No. Nope. She's saying we shared glimpses, but we kept quiet about it. You putting her in a video and showcasing Sherry in a video is not you keeping quiet. Okay. Obviously, everybody can see that you had not been with Ruby for some time. And then all of a sudden, Sherry shows back up. Okay. You're not keeping quiet in that sense. Everyone can tell that something has happened. There's a shift here. There's no relationship there. We're not freaking stupid. We can all see what's going on here. Okay. But by the way, I still don't find it very appropriate that the second you get Sherry back in your life, you're like, hey, Sherry, want to get our videos? Come back in. After she was just tormented her whole life. These people can't even see what's going on in front of them. And this is my problem where it shifts from this is Ruby Franke's sister to this is just another child exploiter that needs to be called out and needs to see the error of their ways. That's my opinion.
With her permission. And it was then that we were learning slowly bits and pieces of more.
Okay, so she just admitted, just so everybody understands, she admitted that for a year, they knew about these things that were going on. They were finding things out. This is a year ago. And for the last year, they posted as normal. They never once decided to make a stand with Sherry and make a statement against their sister, against connections, nothing like that. Nothing like that. In case that their kids would watch the video one day, it was quoted from the last video we just watched. Huh? Their mother who's abusing them. I can tell you that they can make their own opinions about their own mother.
That's where the part of behind the scenes, we did everything that we could. We did everything legally that we could do. And for those that were saying that they'd go in and bust down doors and do whatever it took to end up in jail, because from jail, I can't do anything.
Okay. Yeah, bust down the door. Guess what? You wouldn't go to jail.
Well, bitch, guess what? You didn't do shit anyway. So kudos to you, bitch. You didn't go to jail and you didn't help at all. Got it. That makes you cool. That makes you amazing. Broad fucking no. You stayed out of jail. Bitch, if I saw somebody hurting a fucking kid, I would hurt them and turn myself in. The fuck? What kind of pussy are you? Let kids get abused and be like, I don't want to go to jail. So I'm not gonna help a child. Bitch, are you crazy? If you see children being fucking, or you know about kids being abused in any type of way, like you know what I mean? That kids are being fucking abused in any sort of way, and you don't fucking say something to me, you is a piece of shit. Period. Sorry. Not sorry.
Because you'd find children on the brink of death. You would find abused children. You wouldn't be in jail. It just sounds dumb. I just can't get over the fact that every single adult in these children's lives has failed them miserably. CPS has failed them. The police have failed them. Their mother and their father have failed them. And I think their extended family, in my opinion, has failed them as well. Jody has failed them. Their therapists have failed them. Everyone has failed these children. And they only have themselves to thank for saving their own lives, which is sad.
So I still stand by what I said, is that I did everything that I could with the knowledge that I had and within the legal rights to Ruby and Kevin. The one person that could have done something within his legal right was Kevin.
Okay, this I 100% agree with. This is so true. I know we're gonna find out things about him. I cannot believe that he is walking around as a free man at this point in his life. I cannot. It is absolute disgusting neglect that he never checked in on his kids, never did anything to help his own children. She is 100% right about this. I agree.
It was Kevin's job to check in on things, and he did not. So when I say that Ruby and Kevin and Jody and connections have been destroying our lives offline for the last 3 years, that is exactly what they've been doing, causing turmoil within our family. We would talk in circles because nothing made sense. Nothing made sense of what they were saying, of what they were doing. And it was off the wall. We couldn't make sense of what they were doing and why. And
okay, so if you see the parents of these fucking children acting all weird and shady and all that shit, you don't feel the fucking need to be like, hey, bitch, what's going on with the kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you were like, okay, we don't understand it, so we're just going to keep our distance, but still go around her enough to be liked by her so we can grow our YouTube channels. Y'all are some special kind of fucking special. You know that? Wow. Like, that's unfucking believable. I'm surprised they had phones too. I didn't realize they had phones. I mean, one of her kids didn't have a fucking bed for like, what, a year or something? And all that shit. And they sent him to a wilderness camp because he played a Disney prank on his brother. All because of that. My kids would be like duct tape, chain, bound, thrown down in the basement. They prank each other all the time. It's not that serious, homie. It's not. It's a normal thing. It's called kids, you know? What the fuck? I mean, kids are just like that. They like to joke around. They like to fuck around with each other. They don't mean any harm. Like, what is happening? You know?
This is where my anger comes in. Their actions have cast the worst light on me.
Once again, it feels like deja vu from the first video. The choice of words is so selfish and weird. And when she says my anger comes in, is that they've cast a bad light on me? No, your anger should come in for the children. And I understand you can't explicitly say the children. You can't talk about them. I understand that. But you should not be saying my anger comes in because of what they have done to me. They have done nothing to you. You are an adult. You are an adult. And you also said you had nothing to do with this. What I don't understand, and what I think a lot of people are having a hard time with, myself included, is that for a year, days leading up into this, and still to this moment, you have been posting like nothing is happening. The turmoil that they have been putting you through for 3 years has never once been reflected in your content. You're a liar. You paint this picture like your life is so perfect after getting all the spoils of having a famous sister who's running this major YouTube channel and who gave you your career, I'm assuming, as well, and helped you catapult yourself.
Night artist, love you.
To millions of subscribers. I don't see how it's possible that you would have this much turmoil going on. You would have this much understanding that things are happening to your nieces and nephews, and you still post like la-di-da, everything's great. And as your sister said in her other video explaining her thoughts, that you guys were on a cloud, floating around on a cloud was her quote. Me personally, I don't feel like I'm floating around on a cloud if this is happening with one of my siblings and I'm finding these things out and I'm hearing these things. I don't say I'm floating around on a cloud. You're nuts.
On other members of our family. And I have decided that I am no longer allowing them to have any control over what I do. I didn't post because I physically couldn't. I physically could not turn my camera on. I physically could not come up with a structured thought in my mind. I felt completely out of my mind. This has hurt every single person in our family. And watching it hurt my husband makes me mad
Here's where the bombshell drops, okay? She's got all these tears about, oh, I couldn't post anything. I couldn't physically do any XYZ. I couldn't post a single thing. Okay, explain this. YouTube channel run by you and your husband has been posting as of 6 days ago all about your new custom home, which you're currently sitting in right now up against a white wall, and it's echoing because you have so much space in there off the backs of your children that it's echoing. Let's be serious here. The reality is your husband posted 5 hours ago on this channel how to connect your entire house speaker system 6 days ago, edited the video, posted the video.
The Juke audio system is up and running.
Transgender. It's made very, very cool through the media.
And I am thoroughly impressed and happy with how well and fluid it functions. I've been able to spend the rest of the evening.
Oh my God, y'all. Okay, Mom, I know you're not here right now, but my mom will watch this later. Okay, Mama, look at that house. You see the lighting? What does that remind you of? That reminds you of Audubon. Y'all, we had a house that we had torn. Well, we didn't have. My grandma had torn completely down and then had redone. And all the lights and shit looked like that in the house. That shit was freaky just now. That shit looked like my childhood home. I was like, wait a minute, bitch. Are we back in the fucking, are we back in, you know, when I was growing up? Because that shit looks very fucking familiar. Oh, fuck, gave me chills. Goddamn. Okay.
With music playing in the background, just blaring, super clear and smooth and just conscious of wherever I was working. That's where the music was playing.
He's moving on with life. So what are you talking about? You're crying these tears for your husband and for yourself. And once again, we're back to your content. The tears start rolling when we're talking about how your content's getting messed up and your regular scheduled programming. Unreal. These people make me sick.
I stood by Joel's side, building our home. And it sounds incredibly selfish.
Because it is. Because it is.
Given all the facts, be thinking of our house. But also, I have watched him put his heart and soul and every waking minute for the last couple of years on this project. And I will not allow Ruby and Kevin and Jody and Connections to take away one more thing. And so we wake up in the morning, we take our kids to school, and we come and we work on the house. And in the meantime,
I'm gonna take a minute. I actually have to take a minute to actually collect my thoughts about what I want to say about the clown. I actually have no idea what to say. This level of narcissism, and that word is completely overused, but it is the only word I can think of from what I'm watching right now. How anyone would ever think that this would ever be acceptable to film, edit, post, leave up. After days of having the opportunity to think about what you want to say, you talk about how you're not gonna allow your sister to take away your custom home from you. Think about the optics of this. I know you cannot speak about your nieces and nephews. I understand that, but think about where you are, what you're complaining about, what you're crying about, while your nieces and nephews are sitting somewhere scared to death right now. The world's been completely flipped, turned upside down, and they have been abused for years by your sister, and you're crying about your custom home and how your husband wants to finish it, and how your sister is ruining your home plans. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Go yourself.
and we come and we work on the house, and in the meantime and in between, we do everything that we can to be involved, but there is only so much that we're allowed to do. So you better believe that for my husband, we will push forward. We will move on. Not because it feels—
Y'all, if y'all don't know this creator right here, the blonde-headed girl, Kylie, okay? She is the one who basically the very first creator that ever talked about anti-MLM on this channel. I mean, on this platform. And she never, ever gets this upset. I can tell she is pissed. She streams a lot on Twitch too, but she has 2 YouTube channels and she streams on, she's an affiliate on Twitch too, but she's cool as fuck.
feels good. Anyway, it feels horrible. It feels horrible coming into the house and working on things.
I've been able to spend the rest of the evening working in the house with music playing in the background, just blaring.
Really? It feels horrible. It doesn't look like it in your husband's videos that he's been posting. He posted 5 hours ago. It doesn't look like he's struggling at all, actually. Looks like things have gone back to normal already. You people make me fucking sick. I cannot believe people can watch this and actually not see you for what you are. It's a selfish, nasty person. Yuck.
And even thinking of anything else, all while every news outlet, every national news outlet, people coming out of the woodworks making claims that are just so beyond ridiculous that there is no comment. It is so stupid that there is no comment.
What's stupid about what people are saying? What's stupid? Because you put in your own statement that for 3 years you alluded to knowing, then you changed your story, then you knew for a year, and you only knew tidbits. So what's the truth here? Somebody who prides himself on transparency has not been transparent one time. Try to be transparent, challenge, impossible. And she's so mad about it.
Ruby and Kevin cut our family off, and eventually they cut Kevin's family off as well. And I thought that was going to end my mom. She literally had a heart attack. She went into kidney failure. Her body was shutting down because it broke her. So you can only imagine what she is going through now. how we are all feeling now. And I'll only speak for myself, but Ruby and Kevin are not where my concern lies anymore. So it is.
Is there a way where these motherfuckers can stop talking about how the fuck they feel as adults and start talking about how the fucking kids must feel? These kids are in places where they've never been before. And you have to remember, these kids, while they've been on social media because of their parents, they've not been allowed to have their own social medias like that. So for them to be with strangers and shit, although probably relieving because, you know, they can eat and shit and like, you know, be normal people. But then again, you never really know who they're getting placed with. So how do we know that they're not being abused somewhere else? We don't. That's the most fucked up part about this whole shit. Everybody keeps talking about themselves and nobody's talking about like what the fuck the kids are doing, how they're doing. We're worried about the kids. It's all about like, I'm not going to let my husband be, upset because he's been working on our house. Well, your house will still be there, but bitch, these kids need to be taken care of. I mean, just fun fact, in case you fucking forgot. These motherfuckers right here piss me all the way off. Fuck. Lord. Exactly, Roddy. Girl, bye.
It's difficult to have the blame put on us.
To be fair, they never were your concern, and you showed that time and time again. Your concern is your content. Your concern is getting back to the house. Your concern is moving forward, moving on. You've said it 2 times now across 2 of the videos that you've posted, actually 3 statements that you've come out with. Instagram post, your first video that you deleted, and now this one. So these have all been by you, orchestrated by you, written by you, authored by you, signed off by you. Okay? So you only have yourself to blame that this is the conclusion that people have come to.
When these are not the actions of us. These are not the actions that we did. And I get people wanting to put blame somewhere. I do.
Once again, yes, the blame does not rest on you. The blame for the children being abused rests on Jody, rests on Ruby, rests on Kevin. That is true. But you do have some blame in this, which is your inaction, your inability to say something, say anything, do anything, use your platform in any way to help these children. You did not do that. So yeah, people are mad about that. Okay, and you try to absolve yourself while simultaneously just all you can talk about is how sad you are. You can't do your regular content. It's sick. People are mad about this. They should be. They should be mad about this, yeah. But if you had said something, anything, we are going to do this moving forward. We are going to be helping. We are going to do everything we can. We're going to be cooperating with police and investigations to give them every bit of info we have. These are the things that we've done. We cannot stand this. This is the most disgusting person. If you had said any of that, if you had expressed any remorse about the situation in any way, and you can do that without mentioning the children, by the way, you haven't done it. You just keep talking about YouTube, me, I, my husband, I want to do this for my husband.
They want to blame someone. There's only one person that could have helped, and he didn't. What he was doing all that time when him and Ruby were separated is beyond me. I will not let Ruby and Kevin and Connections and Jody take one more thing away from me. So you better believe I will continue to post, because if that is what tiny control I have left, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take control and do what I feel.
Do what I feel. Yeah, you feel like making money. Yeah, you feel like continuing to make money in the same way that you always have, which is exploiting your kids. And you're living in the house because of your exploited kids. Good for you. Your main goal is money. You've showed it time and time again. There's no way around it. I don't know about the rest of you. I can easily compartmentalize these 2 situations. This is a bad person, okay, whose involvement we might not understand the extent of, but you are doing a bad thing at the same time as your sister, okay? This has just opened up a can of worms, in my opinion, okay? So you're mad now that people are looking into you. Well, guess what? They should look into you. Everybody should be looking at these family bloggers with a fine-tooth comb at this point.
It doesn't feel good to not know what's ahead. That is not a comforting feeling. I'm not even trying to find comfort at this point. I am focused on putting one foot in front of the other, 1 hour at a time, not even a day at a time, 1 hour at a time. I am focusing on what I can control, which is the environment that I have for my children. And that is the only thing that gets me up and out of bed every day, is my 4 children. So I will continue doing what I have always done, which is putting my kids and Joel first and helping in any way that I possibly can outside of that. I am not my sister. I am not my sister's mistakes.
She says at the end there, I am not my sister, I am not my sister's mistakes. And in the title, she says, I am not my sister's crimes. That is true, but you literally lived the same exact lifestyle, rode off the coattails of your sister, you are related to your sister, you parent in a very similar way, you also make child exploitation content, you make weird family content, you've admitted that you know about all of this stuff a year ago, you're gonna continue to keep posting, and that's your number 1 priority. These are all things that are true. So yeah, you're in some hot water right now. I'm gonna say this disclaimer again, because I guarantee there's still going to be people that don't get it. They don't get what the bigger picture here is. And I said it in my last video. I'm saying it here again, okay? The ultimate goal now, the only thing that we can do sitting here right now, because it's true, Ruby did this and Jody did this, okay? Us sitting here as the audience, we have no control over that. But we do have control over allowing people like Ruby, who exploited their children on the internet and openly abused them and had draconian and extreme and authoritarian parenting advice and measures It is our job now to be able to identify content like that is a precursor to much bigger problems that are happening inside the home. We all know that bloggers lie, YouTubers lie, they make life seem perfect. That's everyone on social media virtually. Parents that make that kind of content, in my opinion, indicate that there is something wrong in that house, okay? Because children deserve privacy. Children deserve to live their lives offline. They need to be of age to consent to being in that kind of content. If they want their face showed online, if they want their life showed online, that is what I believe. Now, when parents bypass all of that, okay, and they say, I don't care, I just want to make money, and I'm going to film my kids in the process, it's a problem. And it is a symptom of a much bigger issue that we are experiencing right now in real time on the internet. These family channels must stop. That is why I go so hard on the sisters, even though, yes, I understand that maybe they didn't have that much to do with it, okay? But this has brought to light other issues that exist. There's nothing else that we can do right now. The only thing we can do is get mad about this, is to use and apply social pressure to these people to say enough is enough. That is what I'm trying to explain and get across in this video to all of you. I am mad that these children have experienced abuse. It makes me physically ill. It makes me sick. And I know that it makes all of you sick as well. Nobody wants this to happen. And I know that they didn't want this to happen either, but it did, okay? And it did. And it's happening all the time, every day. And there's other kinds of these horrific things that are happening behind the scenes that we have no idea about. And it's happening at the hands of a lot of these family-run channels. So that is all I can say on this video. Obviously, we went in again today. This is all my opinion personally, and that's just what I have to say. This is what I take away from these videos. And as always, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more updates, just please let me know. Leave a comment below. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you in my next one.
Honestly, my biggest...
I'm gonna do that. I don't want her. I don't want her on here. No, 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 no. Let's get her off. Let's get her off. Let's get her off. Let's get her off. Remove, bitch. No. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. I know you can get fucking, kicked the fuck off YouTube for that shit. Anyway, anyways, now we know what the fuck is going on with the whole, Ruby Frank shit, Ruby Frankie, whatever the fuck her name is. And we shall continue to update. Anytime there's an update, I will be talking about it on my channel because them bitches are vile. Like, I cannot believe the level of fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? What happened with Saul and Robin? Girl, she be crying all the time. I am so passed over that bitch. I don't even care. I don't even care. Look, I used to be obsessed with Sister Wives. Let me tell you something. Cassie, if you end up going and you start watching Sister Wives, I'm telling you now, what you need to do is you need to go and you need to go all the way back. And you need to start at the beginning and watch all the way through. Bitch, you will get invested. Okay? You will get invested. Okay? Really? What'd Roddy say? What is so funny? I don't know. Oh, right here. I was doing it. Yes, she was. Look, y'all, look. I gotta tell y'all this before we go. Okay. Today. Okay, last night we streamed, remember? And we were on until past midnight, okay? Then I talked to Roddy for about 20 minutes after that. And then, or maybe 10. And then she calls me about, like, right when it's becoming daylight. She ain't even been to sleep yet. Because she done fell down the dark, deep, dark, crevices of YouTube. And she's like, girl, what the fuck did you do to all these people? And I'm like, Roddy, love of my life. This has been going on this whole time. You just didn't know. Like, people talk shit about Coley constantly. Okay? I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't get it. I don't. I am not that bad. I am not. I do not get it, dude. I don't get it. I don't. It's so weird. But anyways, I love y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow night with bells on. And hopefully my video will be done and me and Roddy will be over here together. Because tomorrow we're going to stream. So hopefully y'all will be here. Anyways, let's all do it together, class. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? KhaosKrew, remember? Love you, mean it. Bye. Love you. Roddy, I'm going to text you about, Jay's thing. Love y'all. Okay.